gonna be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to start the next match in about 3 minutes, I want to remind you again that this tournament is brought to you through the courtesy of the Rockaway T20 and the Royal Empress of all the addition to that, cash gifts and cards are one of our excellent sponsors who's been with us for the second year. Ali and Sons Home Improvement for all your home improvement needs. Ozone Auto Body, Ali's Special Auto Repair Shop, and the Apple Car and Limo Service. Those are some of our car sponsors or associated car sponsors and body shops. Ramsunda Insurance and Travel Services, the Main Street Insurance, as well as Dave Central Auto Repair, Sky Wireless, all your wireless needs, and Cricket Zone USA in Rabiat Waru in the Bronx, New York, for all your cricketing supplies needs. Then in addition to that, we've got Leslie Lowe, the president of the Commonwealth Cricket League, who this year has chipped in to be one of our sponsors. So we've got 12 sponsors for this tournament. And obviously, if you know anybody who would like to contribute or help sponsor next year's tournament, please contact the chairman of the committee, Mr. Ralph Kamish. And you can reach Ralph on his personal hotline, 516-855-59, any one of the staff here in the bunch. The president of the United States Cricket Umpires Association, Mr. Danny Khan, saying that those of you who have carried a kicking ball, a bowling ball, and want to umpire, to become an umpire, contact any of the umpires in the red shirts out there who are willing to take your places and get you trained as an umpire. They're obviously affiliated with the West Indies Cricket. From my understanding, they make very good money doing these matches. Right, Ralph? Match 2 can be the So if you want to become an umpire, contact Mr. Danny Khan. He is here today officiating in this match. And so you can have a continuing career officiating as opposed to being in the middle. Thank you. To get ready to resume the action, I'll turn you back over to the committee. Let the honorable and esteemed Bennett.
We see Tristan Coleman and Tamara Lambert for the middle. Jamaica winning the toss and they'll bat first. And we're just a moment or so away from here in Jamaica, please, Pakistan. Being given the ball. And he will come into ball to Tristan Coleman. Mohammed Khalil. And it's Pakistan taking on Jamaica. Here's the first ball. Oh, that's a big shot from Coleman. And they'll come back for a couple of points. See Jamaica off and running here, Carl. 2 off the bat of Tristan Coleman is 2 for none.
Yes, Coleman was the no sign. Ball full outside the off stump. Who's throwing the hands at it? Goes up into the cover region. And so he's away and running. 2 for none. Jamaica winning the toss here and batting against Pakistan.
Oh, cut away. Cut away. The fielder would have gotten the hands to it, but it still raced to it before. Powerful shot here from Coleman. He goes up to 6 for none.
Not the man to give many opportunities to.
So Khalil comes back with a quality ball here, Carl. Coleman on 6, 2 scoring shot. Jamaica winning the toss and wasted no time that they'll bat first.
Had a chance for a moment.
Big appeal, not outside by Vijay Malela.
So to the field. Not impressed. Still winning the toss and taking the first strike against Pakistan. This is an interesting matchup. This pits 2 of the better teams in the Rockaway T20 plays to this one, punch to the left of cover. They go for 1, that's all they'll get. So that takes Coleman up to 7. So many runs are on the board for Jamaica. Still a delivery remaining here. Over number 1 being bowled by Mohammed Khalil. 7 for none. Jamaica winning the toss, Duncan Barkley, and straight away elected to have a bat.
Yes, Carl, very crucial game for both of these teams. They are on 10 points. So Lambert gets off the mark with a well-placed single. He will retain strike when play resumes here with Jamaica off the first over the 8 for none with Coleman on 7. Tamar Lambert is on 1.
So the Jamaican team is being led by Barrington Bartlett. The team includes David Morgan, Yannick Elliott, Tamar Lambert, Christopher Watson, Christopher Powell, Janoy Drysdale, Joe Allen, and Ryan Burnett. Pakistan, their team includes Tamar Haider, Adil Marshawan, Adnan Nassim, Wahab Munir, Mohammed Khalil. So, good team. He's the bowler coming into the attack, Munir. So, continues the attack from the Rockaway Boulevard end.
And Carl, no doubt Jamaica is aware of the fact that the depth of the batting of Pakistan, and they realize by opting to take first strike, they have got to put up a sizable total to defend. And no doubt they're going after it there within the first over of 8 runs, I believe.
Yes, John, and the fact is both teams on 10 points here with the New York 11 already into the final with 25 points. And so, John, this is going to be a very crucial match. Very crucial match for points. Jamaica with a win here can push them up to 15 points. Pakistan still playing another game after this one, so this middle game here is going to be a very interesting game. Lambert on 1. And Lambert turns it into the onside. He picks up his second run. Carl, very important partnership here on top. Jamaica will need a good start. Tristan Coleman is well known around the country. And Tamara Lambert, a very classy first-class player out of Jamaica. And so with this pair in the middle, Jamaica will be hoping that they set the stage of what is to come.
And for sure, Len, Tristan Coleman, ball beater, reputed ball beater.
Yes, Carlin. We saw them played a couple of weeks ago at 223rd, and Tristan Coleman and O'Neill Powell went out to bat, and they batted with some sense of responsibility. In fact, they posted 50 for the opening stand, and you could see the cautious play by Tristan Coleman. He's usually an aggressive player, but with the Jamaican team perhaps still needing a few big personnel in the middle. He batted with a lot of responsibility a couple of weeks ago, and he will need to put in one of those performances here today.
Well, he's a man with a big appetite for runs, not necessarily at the T20 in the T20 format, but in a slightly longer version of 40 over format. Scored this copious amount of runs over the last 3-4 years in the Metropolitan League playing for the Westbury team, including being the leading run scorer last season. Amassing over 1,000 runs. So the man who has a big appetite for runs is Tristan Coleman, and being asked here, certainly when the level reduces, or when the overs reduce to 20, he can punish the ball just as well. He hits another one down the ground. This one has gone all the way for a boundary. And so 4 runs to Coleman. Close out the second over. It's now 13 after no loss after 2.
Carl, no doubt Mr. Coleman wants to keep our official score of Mr. First inning very, very busy. Evidently, Pakistan is looking to win this match, so they're going to the last match of the day with some amount of confidence in terms of them gaining points. I know Jamaica that no doubt will be looking to put a stop to that. So it's a lot of scoring here expected today, a lot of nice points. And I'm sure Kirk will be delighted to know that he will be quite ready.
So 13 off 2. Lambert is on 2. Coleman has gone quickly up to 11. Mohammed Khalil, who's played a couple of tests at the international level. International player comes in now to bowl the Lambert. Gets the ball, gets an inside edge, running quickly for 2. And they settle for only 1. So Carl is 14 on the cards here. Lambert is on 3. Coleman is on 11. We're in the third over being bowled here by former international Mohammed Khalil.
So some high quality players on display here on the afternoon. Some of Jamaica's finest, national and youth players. And of course some of Pakistan's finest as well, including test player Khalil. This one is punched into the outside again by Coleman for another single.
Yes, Carl, and as in the case of Tamar Lambert, he's considered as one of Jamaica's most successful first-class captain, having won titles for Jamaica from 2008 all the way to 2012, 5 consecutive ones. He gets a good edge here, and runs up towards the third man boundary. Adil Naushawan comes around quite quickly, 16 without loss.
The fact is that since Tamar Lambert has left the national setup as the captain, Jamaica has not won another regional title since, or at least at the first class level in that sense. They've won sort of T20s through the Talawas and some of the Super 50s. They've done well, but in terms of what we would call 4-day cricket, stiffly, and since Tamar Lambert is lost the captain.
Oh, what a ball. What a ball from Mohamed Khalil.
That's it, big ball, and even a big ball. Forced Coleman to move his feet. Dropping the back down and building out to him. Quality delivery from Mohamed Khalil.
Yes, Carl. And the thing is with these international bowlers, they'll give you a glimpse of what got them there at the international level in the first place. For you, for anyone to have played as a fast bowler at the international level, you would have had to bowl at 88 plus miles and 88 per miles at least. So you certainly come across with a couple of very international speed ball. So that's the end of 3. 16 for none. Coleman on 12 has had to endure a couple of serious balls there, John. And John with 3 of us gone in 16 without loss.
Right, and speaking of Tamar Lambert, Lenny, I believe Tamar Lambert is just one first-class match shy of 100 Jamaica. But Tamar, you have observation to use this one to get to the Pakistan. So you can do this one tomorrow.
Yes, you're right at 99 first class and 53 list A matches. So some 152 representation for the Jamaican national setup. And equally Jamaican most successful first class captain, 5 titles in a row. So Wahab Munir continues 16 without loss. And Lambert comes down the track looking for a big shot, doesn't make contact, ball goes through to Jahazim Alam. And just 16 for no loss, John.
Absolutely. Tamar Lambert will be very cautious to look at Munir. Ball before they were lifting and saw him ducking away from it. So Munir can be a very deceptive bowler, but Lambert will sure can handle.
So ball played up towards the offside, can't score. We've seen a couple of good balls here from Wahab Munir. So both Pakistan and Jamaica, 2 quality teams in this tournament. And the level of cricket will be a couple of notches up here. So Lambert has to go. He will score. 16 for 1. Wahab Munir strikes right early here. Lambert goes for 4, 16 for 1.
Seen the early good start himself and Coleman. But this match, despite his early departure here, they just have to build upon this with partnerships if they're to give enough of themselves for Pakistan to chase. I want to remind you again that today this tournament is brought to you through the kind courtesy of the Rockaway group of companies. That's Rockaway Road Shop, Rockaway VIP Car Service, and Empress Hall. In addition to Ozone Auto Body, Ali's Special Auto Repair Shop, Apple Car Limo Service, and Dave Central Auto Repair. Those are your automobile repairs and service companies helping in the sponsorship of this year's tournament. The Rockaway New York T20 Cricket Fiesta. Back to you, Lenny.
So Barrington Bartley comes out here at number 3. Coleman is on 12. So 16 for 1. Wahab Munir bowling at 5 for 1. So we're in the 4th over. As we say, good afternoon to another Jamaican first-class player, Odelmo Peters. Odelmo Peters in the house, 16 for 1 here. Bartley will be the man on strike. So Wahab Munir will come into bowl to Bartley, 16 for 1. Barkley gets quickly off the mark. So he's up and running here. 17 for 1 here.
My apologies, ladies, for a number, because no sooner had I said that when he was a very deceptive ball, he had a ball early in the previous innings. So that might be shut up.
So John, you've got the first opportunity, so we'll see how much you get. And then John has one in the bag here, huh?
It would seem that way. So it's the commentator's question. We've seen it time and again. Nevertheless, we're back with the frigate here. 12 for Coleman. 17 over pushes on. Jamaica leading to post a total here against a very strong Pakistan team. Number of ball beaters in the Pakistani lineup as well. Poultry so far the score would likely not stand up here against this team.
13. They have lost the wicket of Lambert. It appears Mohammed Khalil Karl will continue here. He's bowling at 2 overs, no made, none for 11. Wahab Munir, he's bowled 2 overs, no made. Ball cut away by Barkley. He gets a single out to wide, third man there, Carl. So it's 21. In fact, make that 20 for 1. Coleman on 13, Barkley on 3.
So Barkley, very crafty player. Generally doesn't try to overpower the ball, doesn't do anything out of the ordinary. Let's say it takes the ball on its merit, lays the ball around. Very fleet-footed in the wicket, and so he runs quickly between the wickets. Always looking to put pressure on fielders. As Coleman picks up another single here for upper full toss from Khalil, who overpitched. So 21 on the board now in this, the Jamaica winning the toss and batting here against Pakistan, and Jamaica perhaps then feeling like they had no choice but to bat first here, as they were still in the process of assembling their best 11 at the time required. So perhaps taking the feasible approach, as they say, or perhaps the convenient approach in looking to post the target, and in the process they've lost their opener, one of their openers, Tamar Lambert, cheaply today, 12 for 4. Another quality delivery from Khalil, and then Khalil generating some serious pace here off this track.
Yes, Carl, and pace is not the only issue. He's kept the ball up full. And we see at the international level, nothing beats quick and full and fast. And so Khalil has followed in that mold. There we go, another full ball, not giving you a chance to get in one of those cut shots. And we all know that The mere fact you bowl short, that fraction of a second, it gives the batsman a chance to see the ball. But when you bowl full, straight and fast, it's a different proposition. It's 21 for 1 here.
He seemingly has found a spot on the track and hits it with consistency. This time he over pitches. And that one may have taken Barkley above the pad area. Might have even taken him on the body somewhere. As the leg by is the indication.
Yes, Carl, and I would dare to presume that the full ball we're beginning to see here from generally fast bowler, and as we see Mohammed Khalil operating.
Well, the thing is that he has missed the length a few times, over pitching slightly, but has not paid the price. When he's missed, this one is punched into the onside for another single. We saw him over pitch in the previous over to Coleman, full toss, which wasn't given the treatment. And then we saw him over pitch again to Barkley in this over, and ended up just conceding a leg by. So far, he has been steady and has been allowed to essentially escape, one might say. I see John with the number of sponsors at his disposal.
Certainly, Carl, we need to keep keeping our sponsors in the mix here. We've got Ramsundar Insurance and Travel Services there on Liberty Avenue in Queens, New York. Main Street Insurance, Sky Wireless, and of course Cricket Zone USA in the Bronx.
So 23 for 1. Tristan Coleman is on 15. Wahab Munir 1 for 8. So Coleman picks up another run, and Carl, you've got to essentially say that part of the Jamaican deciding to win and bat, they're expecting Coleman to really fire here. If he fires, he could essentially bat Pakistan out of this game with a big score, 24 for 1.
Again, pressure here, and see, and so said, so done. Barrington Bartley puts pressure on fielders. A fleet-footed runner between the wicket, and communicates well usually to his batting partners. And on that occasion, just playing the ball easily up into the offside and taking off very quickly for a single and getting it so easily in the end.
Oh, that's a big shot here from Coleman. And it's gone all the way. So Coleman goes for another boundary here. He goes up to 22. It's 31 for 1.
And it looks like a no ball. Or is it? No, it's gone though. So you're just asking the question. So it's gone the distance.
Yes, Carl, as an umpire, you've got to be careful how you're putting out your arm. It's like you're doing traffic control in a busy intersection, and you're asking someone to come, but you didn't really mean for them to come. So DRS can two quality umpires on hand today, and Carl, I got to say about the umpires here is the score is 32 for 1. Starting with DRS Khan. He's now the president of the United States Cricket Umpires Association, a man who controls the umpires across the country. And also at square leg stands Vijay Malela, one of the man up there, perhaps when US gets a big break at the associate and certainly at the international level. Watch for Vijay Malela to be featured into the US and international associate setup pretty soon. Very quality umpires on display here.
Yes, Len. Malela for sure. That's gone a long way off the blade of Coleman, so he's starting to fire here, starting to heat up. And if he should get loose here on this bowling attack, then it could be a long afternoon for some bowlers.
Yes, John, it's over to you. 39 for 1.
Well, Lenny, it looks as though the Pakistan's strategy is to attack the batsman, but that may not be the right strategy here. I think they should be looking for dot balls if they're to stay competitive in this tournament. Again, this tournament, the Rockaway T20 New York Cricket Fiesta 2.0, as we call it, this being the second year of the tournament, is brought to you through the kind courtesy of the Rocker Group of Companies. That's the Rockaway Car Service, Rockaway Roti Shop, and the Royal Empress Hall on Rockaway Boulevard in good old Queens, New York. Back to you.
So over 7 about to get underway. Pakistan taking on Jamaica. So Tamur Haider comes into the fore. And Haider will continue to attack. And he'll bowl to Barkley. Barkley 5. On 29. 39 for 1. 6 overs gone. Jamaica going at 6.5. 6.5 per over. Haider trying to be sure that he has the exact feel that he would like to have. Making sure it's the precise feel. So hit into the mid-wicket area and may have been stopped just inside the boundary line down there. And so Nassim, I think, is the man out to the deep, and so he can't stop 2. So Barkley picks up 2 more. He goes up to 7, takes the Jamaican total into the 40s, 41.
Yes, Carl, that's a good looking shot. Nassim, it appears straight into the hands of Adnan Nassim. And so another wicket falls here. Jamaica loses 2, is 41 for 2.
41 for 2, and after such a nice, composed start, despite just remember to score 4. Pakistan's game is still in the balance between Pakistan and Jamaica. Jamaica still have a lot of batting to come. And it says a lot about this tournament, Lenny and Carl. Carl, we miss you while you're away doing international duties, I imagine. But we had your New Zealand compatriot, Jamie Paul Lloyd, in for you. He did a very good job, but we're glad to have you back. I would see the extent of this tournament goes beyond just cricket here in New York. We've got international commentators, we've got international players, and I think this is if the weather holds out today, this will be the 3rd time that this tournament has had a triple header. I think that's the first for cricket in New York. T20 having 3 matches in one day. The tournament has successfully conducted 2 such days, and this is the 3rd one if the weather holds out, and I have no doubt that it will hold out. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. Always doing yeoman's work. One of the, I used to say, Len, John is one of the busiest persons in cricket, covering a range of duties, not only from announcing, but organizing. One of the key stalwarts in the very successful franchise, the Atlantis Cricket Club, which has been doing so magnificently in the Metropolitan Cricket League. John, it's good to be back. As this one is hit in the air, in the deep, and the fielder looks up. Trees and branches are coming down, and so straight away, Tristan Coleman on the go here, Len, hitting his 3rd Rockaway T20 maximum.
Yes, Carl, he's gone up to 35. It's 47 for 2. And so Tamur Haider 8 in the over. 1 wicket so far, so 47 for 2 here. Over number 7 in progress. The off spinner and the captain in operation here, Tamur Haider. And Tristan Coleman on 35. Ball defended here by Coleman. Can't score. It's 47 for 2. They've lost Bartley for 7 and Tamar Lambert for 4. Jamaica winning the toss and deciding to bat first. Pakistan versus Jamaica. Here is the ball played up towards the onside. Coleman gets another run. So Coleman has gone up to 36 here. Carl, he will retain strike when play resumes at 48 for 2.
This rate Jamaica is set to make 100 and just over 150. That will not be enough, in my humble opinion, for Pakistan. Jamaica would need to do better than 150 at this rate they're going here. And obviously Pakistan is keeping this match a very competitive one. Back to you guys.
All right, so Assad Munawar has been given the ball, and he will come in from the Rockaway Boulevard end. So he replaces Wahab Munir. Munir 3 overs, 1 for 24, as he picked up the wicket of the prized wicket of Tamar Lambert. Did it somewhat expensively, going at just about 8 runs per over. So Tamar Haider has opted then to go in the direction of Munawar. So he comes in to replace Munir. He will bowl to a very prolific Tristan Coleman. Coleman on 36 on 24 balls.
So 48 for 2, 7 overs gone. Ball punched into the offside for a single. Brings Jamaica up to 49 here, Carl. As Yannick Elliott will get ready to face his first ball. It's 49 for 2. Coleman on 37. And we are in the 8th over being ball here by Assad Munawar. So 49 for 2. Assad Munawar, the man on strike. Ball defended into the offside, and Iqbal comes in quickly. Well run single here by the Jamaicans. So Carl, that brings up the 50 here for Jamaica. They're batting at 50 for 2. Elliott on 1. Coleman on 37. We're in over number 8, being ball here by Assad Munawar.
And the 50 length comes up in the 8th over, and Coleman now back on strike. Yannick Elliott, certainly a quality player as well, has represented Jamaica at the national level. Been a prolific senior cup all-rounder in Jamaica. A name that's well known in cricketing circles in the Caribbean, particularly in Jamaica. Why it is sent through by Munawar.
Yes, Carl, we've seen Munawar stretching the batsman outside the off stump. Might have been surprised that the first ball was not called the wide. It's 51 for 2. And again going down the leg side, so certainly extras here in advantage to the Jamaicans here. They're batting at 52 for 2. We have lost Lambert for 4, Barrington Bartley for 7. We've seen 1 wicket from Wahab Munir, 1 from Tamar Haider. A very all-important game here. Jamaica and Pakistan, they're both on 10 points. Oh, Coleman cuts and cuts well. That could run away. Fielder is coming around the backward point area, and it goes away for 4. So that's another boundary off the bat of Tristan Coleman. He's gone up to 41. It's 56 for 2.
And so Coleman continues to hit the ball out of the middle of the blade. So timing it very well at the moment. and perhaps seeing it huge. He is certainly a man in form and has gotten a start here. Can he turn this one? Can he convert this into a big innings? Can he convert it into a half century or even into triple figures? That's one of the questions to be answered.
So swing and a miss here from Tristan Coleman. Goes through to Jahanzeb Alam, the keeper. The score remains at 56 for 2. We are in the 8th over. Coleman already up to 41.
And he likely have to bat all the way through here, Len. Or at least get as close to the death overs as possible. The longer he occupies the crease, the better the prospects are for Jamaica.
Oh my goodness!
A golf shot off the blade of Coleman. Another Rockaway T20 Fiesta Maximum, and that's gone a long way. A massive strike by young Tristan Coleman.
Yes, Carl, we've seen a lot of sixes on this ground. In my memory of recent time, can't believe that I've seen a bigger six on this side of the pitch as this one from Tristan Coleman. He's gone up to 47.
That's the 4th Rockaway T20 maximum that he has struck in his innings so far. 47 from just 28 balls. So Tristan Coleman in a no-nonsense mood here, and if you don't put it in the right areas, he'll make you pay. And so far, he has been punishing this Pakistani bowling since we've seen the departure of Mohammad Khalid.
So John, it's over to you. John, have you seen a bigger six than that at BPP?
No, I was wondering if I parked far enough. If Jamaica needs to do this in order to make this match a competitive one, because with that six, it took the projected total up to 169, and they ought to be in that 200 zone to make this a competitive match.
Tamur continues, and Yannick Elliott will pick up his second run here. And so Carl is 63 for 2, Coleman on 47.
And Elliott just content to rotating the strike for now. And as we've said, man, Coleman would want to bat responsibly. He's hitting the ball squarely out of the middle of the plate. But the longer he can bat, the better the prospects for Jamaica.
So ball tugged into the onside. Not getting hold of the shot. Hyder has certainly come back well with a couple of good balls here. And his first over went for 9 by Tamur Hyder.
Coleman not timing that one as well as he would have liked, as Hyder took the pace off the ball. And here again, Hyder electing to take the pace away from the deliveries, making the batsman work to get the ball then off the surface. 62 for 2. In fact, 64 for 2. Yannick Elliott on 2. Coleman on the verge of a milestone. Numerous milestones we've seen from him over these recent years, and so he is spotted on 48, waiting for another opportunity.
So ball cut away here by Elliott. A little bit of mix-up. Oh, he's made it home. Good running here from Coleman.
And the throw then went to the wrong end, which is why Coleman was already committed. And he was, in fact, Elliott not recognizing that Coleman was fully committed. The throw going to the end, Coleman was running to, and in the end, had it gone to the non-striker's end, then Elliott would have been the man who would have been in some bit of trouble there. In the end, they get through successfully and takes the total then up to 65, and it brings Coleman back onto strike.
Yes, Carl, and Coleman is not only a big hitter of the ball, he's a quick runner too. He got in there quite quickly, made the dive. See the strong throw from the man at backward point. It was a good throw, but perhaps to the wrong end, as you mentioned. He turns this one a reverse shot there with no effect, and that closes out over number 9. It's 65 for 2, John.
Yes, Lenny. Coleman certainly did a lot to scamper back there to avoid the run out and avoid any further damage to this inning. It goes to show how much cricket can swing and the pendulum can swing in one over. Had they gotten Coleman there, that certainly would have been swung back in the favor of Pakistan. We saw this in the India women's final, India versus England, where the pendulum swung almost at every over. Certainly now the pendulum is in Jamaica's favor the longer Coleman stays out there, because the caliber of a batsman that Coleman is, that is what Jamaica needs right now. Equally, Pakistan needs to dislodge a Coleman or to break up this partnership for the pendulum to swim back in their favor. Back to you guys.
Yes, Carl, thank you, John. Good analysis there. And Carl, is that the reason why we gave John the orange microphone? The orange microphone signifies he's the lead commentator. Was that the intention, or it was a coincidence that he got the orange microphone?
Not exactly sure, Len, but John is doing a tremendous job around about that. So Adil Naushawan has been introduced into the attack.
Yes, Carl, and Adil Naushawan, top quality all-rounder, will come into bowl to Yannick Elliott. Elliott is on 3. Coleman is on 48. He will be out of action momentarily. Yes, 65 for 2. So 66 balls remaining here, 9 overs gone. The all-important middle game here as Jamaica takes on Pakistan. As Carl, we like to welcome the CEO of the Rockaway Group of Companies, Mr. Hafiz Ali. I want to say a special good evening to the man who has really put this tournament in motion here. 65 for 2. I want to say a special good evening to Hafiz Ali.
Ball taking a pick outside edge off the blade of Elliott, running down to a third man position. So he picks up his 4th run. He brings Coleman back onto strike. He's on 48. 66 on the board. Jamaica winning the toss here and taking first strike against Pakistan. They've lost Tamara Lambert for 4, with the total then on 16. And subsequently lost Barrington Barkley for 7, with the total at 41. And since then, a partnership of 25 between Elliott and Coleman has spurred Jamaica to 66 runs. In this, the 10th over, Coleman knocking on the verge of perhaps crossing a milestone here on 48. And so he'll face the bowling of Adil Naushawan, man standing in the distance at the Rockaway Boulevard end, who will come in to Coleman. Pulled into the onside, man in the deep, that's Khalil. And so that takes Coleman then up to 49, takes the total up to 67. And Jamaica looking to post a useful target here, Len, something that they can go out and say stoutly defend.
Yes, Carla, when you have a player of Tristan Coleman's ability and you're batting first, you're hoping that he fires big and bats Pakistan out of the game. That could be the only reason why the Jamaican team would elect to bat first, because they're banking on their top order, and the top order meaning the spearhead certainly by Tristan Coleman. He's looked well so far. He's batted well for 49. Supported here by Yannick Elliott. He's on 4, 68 for 2.
And Yannick Elliott, then, is a top quality player as well. While we've talked about Coleman, who has led the charge so far, Yannick Elliott is a very experienced player and certainly knows his way around a cricket field, knows his way around the batting crease, and is also, again, one of the top all-rounders we'll see playing in this region of the Americas. And he's a quality spinner, and certainly sent early here today to perhaps help to lay the foundation here, or the groundation as they call it, for Jamaica.
Oh, that's a good looking shot. Lofted offside drive. We'll get a single, will remain on strike when play resumes here. And Carl, what makes the level here of the cricket is going to be a couple of notches up is that while the likes of Yannick Elliott and Tristan Coleman are very talented cricketers, the Pakistan team very talented themselves. So with the opposition and in place here, as Pakistan is going to be a top level cricket, and already we've seen a good brand of T20 cricket here. 69 for 2, John, with Coleman on 49 and Yannick Elliott is on 5. 69 for 2.
Thank you so much, Lenny. I will not comment on Mr. Coleman's inning lest he gets the commentator's curse. But I want to tell you again that this tournament, the Rockaway T20 New York Cricket Fiesta, is brought to you through the kind courtesies of the Rockaway Group of Companies. That's Rockaway VIP Car Service, Rockaway Road Tea Shop, and of course Royal Empress Hall. Thank you.
So Haida continues, and Elliott going for an ambitious stroke that has gotten really popular since perhaps the advent of T20 cricket and certainly the IPL. Carl is 69 for 2.
And being implored by the Jamaican spectators to and supporters not to do anything crazy. And so he quickly goes conventional, turns it into the onside for a sharply taken single.
Yes, Carl, it's those shots has been debated the world over. Not a lot of people like them.
Well, I'll tell you then, it might have started with the likes of Kevin Peterson, and this is the 50 here for Coleman, and he brings up his 50 in the 32nd delivery that he's faced, and the 50 included 4 sixes and 3 fours, and certainly then a very well played 50 by the young man, Tristan Coleman.
Yes, Carl, and another 50 in the US. He has been there many times. I'm pretty sure he's raised his bats many times. And Haida to Elliott. Ball struck on the front foot, not out. So the score remains at 71 for 2. Elliott is on 6. Coleman is on 50.
And then the 50 came up in 46 minutes, 32 balls, 3 fours as I mentioned, 4 sixes, 62% a shot strike percentage, and then also 156 strike rate for Tristan Coleman.
So we look at the bowling here of Tamur Haida. He's bowled very disciplined. Carly's bowled 2.5, 1 for 14, so he has been spot on, Tamur Haida.
And then one of those deliveries had gone for a 6, so if you should take that one delivery away from those bowling figures, perhaps it would look something more like 3 overs, 1 for 8. And so that tells you the quality here of Tamur Haida, an experienced campaigner as well, taking literally all the pace off the ball. And we'll just throw it to John quickly before the next over starts.
And thank you very much, Lenny. And this is what we live for here in New York. We live for cricket in this kind of weather. And of course, this is brought to you through the kind courtesy of the following sponsors: the Cash Gifts and Cards Store, Ali and Sons Home Improvement, Ozone Auto Body, Ali's Special Auto Repair Shop, Apple Car and Limo Service, Ramsundar's Insurance and Travel Services, Dave Central Auto Repair, Main Street Insurance, Sky Wireless, and Cricket Zone. And we want to say a very special thank you to Leslie Lowe, the president of the Commonwealth Cricket League, one of the largest, if not the largest league in the United States. Thank you.
Oh, that's a big shot here from Tristan Coleman.
And man in the deep is running for cover as benches were emptying in the mid-wicket region. And Tristan Coleman strikes again. That's his 5th Rockaway T20 maximum. He goes up to 56 and takes the total up to 77.
Oh, that's a big strike here from Tristan Coleman. He's gone up to 56. It's double 7 on the board. It's 77 for 2. 53 balls remaining here. Adil now Shawan. Ball turned into the onside. The keeper is giving chase. And Coleman settles for one, not because he wanted to, Carl, but the pavilion says no all the way out here.
Screaming 1-1-1.
And they know the importance here of a Coleman 57 run posted. He's batted well. You need to push on here for Jamaica, 78 for 2.
And he has a smart partner at his end as they go for 2. And he's been run out. So Danny Khan has raised the finger, and so Coleman has to go.
Don't blame me for that one, gentlemen. I did not comment on Mr. Coleman's innings as I promised. But that's unfortunate that Mr. Coleman is out, having been batting so well. I saw the umpire looking for the...
80 for 2.
But I think the answer came back as out from the third umpire when the umpire signals for the box. But it makes it certainly interesting here. This swing up here for Jamaica, having lost the very solid batting of Tristan Coleman. We'll see where Pakistan, if Pakistan can exploit this opportunity here to put the match back in their favor. But certainly Tristan Coleman has done a remarkable job of rebuilding this Jamaica inning somewhat from after losing Barrington Bartley and Tamar Lambert so early on and cheaply. So I think Tristan Coleman deserves the run. He has done a tremendous job in trying to put on some runs in the board and to give Pakistan something on which to bite and chew upon. As the umpire signaled that no, water should not be on the field, but I think the manager is still taking the water out there to the players. I encourage you guys to read a piece by a good friend of mine, Sam Supersad, on uscricketers.com, where he wrote about the Sydney Masters coming and visiting with the New York Masters, playing host to them during last week, all the way from Australia. And I think this has made it to a very, very nice season of cricket here in New York, with the Masters hosting their counterparts from Australia. And Sam has written a piece that captures that excitement in the moment of the old-timers, so to speak, the over 45ers here in New York. As you know, the New York Masters team has been around for about 15 years or more, and they've made several tours to the Caribbean. Back to you guys.
So 79 for 3. New batsman is Jamica Thomas. So a drop catch there. Elliott escapes. He goes up to 8. Carl is 80 for 3. So 50 balls remaining. We're in over number 12. Jamica Thomas joins Yannick Elliott. Elliott is on 8. Jamaica batting at 80 for 3. Adil Naushawan 9 runs in the over. Jamica Thomas gets ready to face his first ball. Ball turned into the onside. They're running quickly. We'll wait and see. Could be runs off the bat here. Jamica Thomas will get off the mark if it is runs. In fact, it is runs. So 82 for 3 here, Carl. Jamica Thomas is on 2 and Yannick Elliott is on 8.
So one delivery remaining here in the 12th over. 82 for 3. And in this over, we saw the dismissal of Tristan Coleman. A close call. Looked like he might have gotten a tough decision there. But nonetheless, 3 wickets down. 82 on the board. Batters scamper through. And now there could be, in fact, a single taken in the end. So Jamica Thomas picks up his third, completes the over. 12 runs coming from it. And so with 12 gone, it's 83 for 3. Jamaica batting first here against Pakistan.
And Carl, that pulls the projected rate back down to 150. At one point, Jamaica was at 169, I believe, was the projected total, and that was in the 9th over, I believe. And since that 38-run partnership, the last partnership they built upon, they're now back down to 150 as a projected score. I would say 150 is hardly enough for this Pakistani, the depth of this Pakistani team. So Jamaica would need to turn over the strike here and keep the ball moving along the ground in order to add some runs rather than going over the top and being out. As Everton Weeks once said, I never get caught with the ball in the ground. So you can make runs in the ground here.
Lots of runs on the interior for sure, John. Outfield a little bit on the heavy side, but still lots of runs to be had as the captain Barrington Bartley runs out to perhaps ensure that the batters out in the middle understand the strategy here for Jamaica. So Javi Thomas will be the man on strike, facing Tamor Hyder. Hyder 3 overs, 1 for 14. So bowling straight through here is Hyder. He'll finish up and bowl to Javi Thomas, the man who comes out of Calabar High School in Kingston, Jamaica. The utmost for the highest. Motto of the Calabar, the Rabalax as they call themselves. And so he's off and running here. Adds the 4th run to his tally. So he takes Jamaica up to 84, brings Yannick Elliott onto strike.
Yes, Carl, and you got to say we've seen some very good bowling here from Tamor Hyder. Tamor has now bowled 20 balls. He's only given up 16 runs. He's taken 1 wicket already. And as you mentioned, Carl, one of those went for a big 6, so he's been on the ball, Tamor Hyder.
And has taken the pace completely off the ball here. Hyder not contributing to any ball coming off the surface, making the batsmen work for everything they're going to get.
Now he comes down the track. Saleh Iqbal takes a well-judged catch. And Javin Thomas falls at 85 for 4. 85 for 4 here. Javin Thomas goes for 4. And Saleh Iqbal takes a well-judged catch. 85 for 4.
And a terrible job by Javi, and I have to say, Len, ball, flight to delivery, all the pace off the ball, hitting against the spin, and with Hyder in his last over, he holds out tamely to long off, and so Jamaica loses another here. It's 85 for 4. Thomas falls for 4, and so Jamaica in a spot of bother here with a number of their top order back in the hut.
Carl, I don't want to say that as a commentator's curse, but certainly Jamaica did not heed my advice. The runs are in the ground, and with the wind blowing, that ball was obviously dropped back in and gave the field enough time to get in and sit under that catch. I know Jamaica's in a hurry to make 200 or thereabouts, but I'm sure they can still do it if they hit the ball along the ground and run the runs as opposed to going aerial and with the wind blowing back from west to east. The umpires are asking for a new ball, or not a new ball, but a used ball. A used ball.
A replacement ball.
A replacement ball.
So Christopher Watson comes to the middle. Replaces Javane Thomas. He goes to the non-striker's end as the batsman would have crossed with the ball in the air. So Hyder looking to finish up here. 1 delivery remaining in his spell. Has been spectacular with the ball. And so Elliott will turn this one into the onside for a single. And that completes the over. Completes the spell for Tamor Hyder, who's been brilliant. And so 3 runs coming from the over. Hyder finishes with 4 overs, no maiden. 2 for 17, so 2 for 17 with a total of 86 runs on the board. So certainly, Len, Hyder has done his part.
Hyder certainly seems to be the insurance policy that Pakistan is going with here. But for your insurance policies, you can go to Ramsundar Insurance and Travel Services on Liberty Boulevard. That's a much safer insurance to take out than with the wind blowing here at Baisley Pond Park.
I love it, John. I love it. Surely, well, not surely, that is perhaps the highlight of the afternoon so far, and a perfect segue. And so we're back here at the Baisley Pond Park. BPP playing facility with Jamaica, having won the toss earlier on the afternoon, electing to take first strike against Pakistan. They got off to a good start. despite losing Tamara Lambert for 4 with the score at 16. Got a reasonably good partnership between Coleman and Bartley, took the total to 41 before Bartley went, caught by Adnan Nassim of Haider for 7. And then a partnership between Coleman and Javane Thomas. As we see, we're having a new bowler being introduced here. Adnan Nassim will come in to replace Adil Naushrawan. So Naushrawan finishes at 2 overs, none for 16. And so Nassim will take over. Here he is to bowl to Elliott. Elliott down the track looking to work this one into the onside, taking the ball off the pad. So we'll get the leg by signal from umpire Danny Khan. And so 1 added to the total here. Score goes up to 87.
So Chris Watson comes in to face his first ball. Elliott is on 10. We've got some 41 balls to be bowled here. At least 41 balls, could be more, depending. Wides and no balls will have to be re-bowled. In cricket, a batsman is entitled to receive 6 legal balls in the over. And so 41 balls, 41 legal balls remaining here. Ball in the air here from Watson. Fielder is coming in, falls in front of him. And so Chris Watson off and running here. 88 for 4. And we've got 40 balls remaining here, Carl.
And the batsman then not heeding John Aaron imploring them to try to play the ball on the ground. Number of batsmen going the aerial route, and so far to their own demise, as we've seen Jamaica lose 4 wickets. So with the exception of Tamara Lambert, who was caught at the wicket, all these batsmen are going in the air. As another couple here off the blade of Elliott. That takes him up to 12, takes Jamaica up to 90, and 39 deliveries remaining in the innings here for Jamaica, or 6 overs remaining after this one. And Elliott takes 1 in the family jewels, and not a place to take a delivery. In Jamaica, then they would tell you, youngster, use the bat, youngster, use the bat.
So 90 for 4 here, 38 balls remaining. Yannick Elliott is on 12. Trying to go through the onside. Could be a leg by here, so another run here for Jamaica. They go up to 91 for 4, 37 balls remaining. We've seen a good over so far from Adnan Nassim. Only 5 in the over so far. Couple of leg buys. Chris Watson, he's on 1 off 1. Comes back into strike with 37 balls remaining. And Jamaica winning the toss and batting first. They're batting up 91 for 4.
And with 6 wickets in hand, Len, and 38 deliveries, Jamaica will need a lower order plan here. Now, what's the plan for Jamaica? It seems a little bit rudderless at the moment. Not sure what the plan is really. How are they going about this target? Another over closes out here, so 91 on the board, and 14 overs are completed. Elliott remains on 12, and Chris Watson, who has just arrived at the wicket, he is on 1.
Clearly the plan, Carl, must be for them to repair this innings, this pair, Watson and Elliott, to repair the Jamaica innings and bring it back to some respectability. But for all your repair services, you can go to the Central Auto Repair or Ali's Special Auto Repairs and just tell them the Rocker Group of companies sent you. And then you can negotiate a discount from there based on the good word of this tournament.
So Adil Naushrawan then coming back into the attack, and he is coming now from the commentary box end. So he replaces Haider. Again, Tamor Haider finished with 4 overs, 2 for 17. So now Shawan will continue to Elliott. Elliott on 12. His 12 coming from 25 deliveries. So going at just about a 50 strike rate is Yannick Elliott. He's absorbed quite a few deliveries. We're now approaching the death here. 6 overs remaining. 9-1 on the board for Jamaica. Elliott, a quality player. But now Jamaica under some bit of pressure here.
So balls turned into the onside here. They're running quickly, could come back for 2. So a couple more runs here for Jamaica. They're batting at 93 for 4. As
the great Rudy Prasad, president of the Eastern American Cricket Association, makes his way into the ground. I want to say good afternoon to Rudy as he arrives. Of course, we also saw the chief proprietor, the CEO and chief architect of the Rockaway groups of companies, Mr. Hafiz Ali, also in the ground. I want to say good afternoon to Hafiz and all the folks on the Rockaway team. As this one steered up into the offside. Another single.
yes, Carl, 94 for 4, 34 balls remaining. Chris Watson will be the man on strike. Elliott is on 15.
Strong wind blowing in here. Which direction will the left-hander go? Jamaica seemingly stymied here for new ideas. So with 34 deliveries to go, or 5 overs after this one, you're looking to post the target here against a power-packed Pakistani team. We know the Pakistanis can hammer the ball all about.
So Watson on strike. Here is Adil.
So any score that's perhaps less than 150, 160, 170 in that range would likely be tenuous on this ground against this a very powerful batting team. So we'll have to wait and see how these death overs unfold here for Jamaica. Crucial point here in this match, perhaps the turning point.
Oh, that's a big shot here from Yannick Elliott, and has gone a long way. It's gone all the way. And so a good welcome 6 here for Jamaica, takes them up to 100. It's a no ball 6. So no ball 6 is 102 for 4.
So wow, to add insult to injury, 7 runs to bring up the 100 for Jamaica. And so 102 on the board and a free hit delivery on top of it to Yannick Elliott. And the field can change.
So advantage Jamaica here. They're up to 102 for 4. And here's the free hit ball. Elliott facing up to Adil. Oh, he's gone big again. He's gone big again. He's gone all the way. Similar shots, similar results, similar positions. And he's gone for 6. It's 108 for 4.
And then that's the maximum runs that can be scored off one ball in cricket. We just saw it here at Paisley Pond Park. A no ball hit for a 6, and then the free hit ball also hit for a 6. And 13 balls, 13 runs, effectively of one legal delivery.
Yes, Carl, as we made the point that no ball and wide has to be rebowled, because in cricket the rule says that the batsman has to face 6 balls. Has to face 6 balls. So here is now Shawan.
So Matthew reminding us that everyone knows the rules. So in other words, no need to state the obvious is what I'm hearing.
So it's 109 for 4. Well, cricket cannot be played with the rules left aside, and at the end of the over we'll bring John in here quickly as following the custodian of the rules and laws of cricket. He has visited the MCC, I understand, John. A ball down the leg side wide here, and so a couple of runs will be added to the scorecard in form of wides. So it's 111 for 4 here, Carl. 31 balls remains.
And then you have to be impressed by the work that Vijay Malaila has done. Not only has he come with all the equipment that we see at the international level, the radio communications, certainly the clear signals, always seemingly in the right position to make a call every time, and certainly from as long as we have known Vijay Len, perhaps one of the most, if not the most improved and most complete umpires we've seen across the U.S. And we've traveled all over the U.S. to watch and cover cricket.
Yes, Carl, and it appears, as I made the point, he's destined for some great things already up there. You've seen him featured in many of the big finals around the country, so it appears that he's climbing the ladder of umpiring in the United States, and it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of how much the United States play at the international level that will dictate his busyness in the umpiring schedule.
So on the upward trajectory, as they say, what generally then happens is we'll actually see some of the U.S. umpires in the Caribbean doing some of the Caribbean cricket, some of the CPL type stuff, some of the 4-day games, or at least maybe not the 4 days, but some of the local cricket, let's say, in the Caribbean, which generally is the next stepping stone to be featured in the international arena. So we'll have to watch and see how Vijay continues to progress. Certainly is on the upward trajectory, as we say, of becoming perhaps America's next international umpire.
So 112 for 4. He doesn't get the elevation here. He's running quickly, looking for 2. Watson turns back. They come back. The throw is not a good one. And 2 runs here for Jamaica. They go up to 114. 28 balls remaining.
So Yannick Elliott now looking to put a move on. He's up to 31. His 31 coming from now 33 deliveries. Continues to hit the ball solidly at the moment. Clean, crisp deliveries flying off the blade of his blade. He takes his total up to 32. Jamaica up to 115. We're in the 16th over. Good delivery by Nassim. Had Elliott scampering back, backing up too far down the track initially.
So 26 balls remaining. Adnan Nassim, swing and a miss here by Watson again. They go through for could be a bye here. So 116 for 4, 25 balls remaining. Elliott is on 32. Chris Watson is on 2.
Pulled into the mid-wicket region for another single. So partnership here slowly inching along. It's now worth 32. That partnership, 32 runs coming from 20 deliveries. Elliott contributing 27. Watson, who recently arrived at the wicket, he has contributed 5. So a productive partnership so far for Jamaica. But they still have a fair way to go here with just 4 overs remaining, so 24 balls to go. Jamaica looking to post a target. So
Mohamed Khalil still has another one to go. He will finish up here. And Carl, we saw Mohamed Khalil bowling some real fast pitched up balls in his opening spell. Wouldn't be surprised that could be the mode of operation here. He has played at the international level, so we've got to expect him to come with some quality 6 here. 24 balls remaining. Jamaica is batting at 117 for 4.
And the Jamaican momentum may have been stymied by the dismissal of Tristan Coleman. They had to then stabilize or consolidate the middle overs. and Elliott did that very well. And both he and Chris Watson, who just arrived at the wicket to a lesser extent, Javane Thomas hung around for a few deliveries. But Elliott has batted well since the departure of Coleman. Now it comes down to, can he push on to get this Jamaica total into a reasonable position? 117 for 4 on the board. Elliott on strike. Here is Khalil. And this was clipped away. An excellent looking shot over the head of fine leg, a short fine leg up inside the circle. And he'll pick up a couple for his efforts.
So very well played, executed shot here from Yannick Elliott. He has gone up to 35. He has batted well.
Improvised shot as ball was angled down the leg, seeing that the fine leg was up inside the circle, and just got it over the head of the man posted there.
That ball is driven well. Salek Iqbal gets onto the ball quite quickly. It's 120 for 4. And Carl, of course, one of the factors here is that Mohamed Khalil will be bowling with a not so hard ball when he opened the bowling.
I don't have the replay set up.
So that could be a factor here. Chris Watson is on too.
So the left-hand, right-hand combination, then forcing an adjustment to the field as the left-hander Watson comes on to strike.
So what will Watson do here? At best, he needs to be quite productive here. Second best, you'll need to push back Yannick Elliott back on strike by getting singles or perhaps 3.
First option would be perhaps rotation, and then if certainly the ball is there to be put away, he has to obviously opt to get maximum production from the delivery. Of course, being mindful of playing the balls on merit. This one he's punching down the ground. They run for 1, and that's all they'll get. And so he does at least the first thing, Len, in terms of rotating the strike. So he brings Elliott back onto strike. He's on 36, Elliott.
Yes, Carl. He has done one of the above we mentioned. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Every ball will need to go for something, even if it's a single. That's the situation Jamaica find themselves in here. Every run will count. Every single run will count. In the meantime, you'll have to be quite fair. This is Mohamed Khalil bowling. He is regarded as one of the better bowlers around. We saw him bowl his opening spell. He was not an easy customer. So relatively, when you understand the context here, every run counts. It's 122 for 4.
Similar to Hyder when he bowled, Khalil conceded just 14 runs in his first 3 overs. This one is cut away. Good looking shot off the blade of Watson. They could get the boundary here. In fact, the man gives up the chase. And so it runs away to the backward point boundary. And that pushes Watson up to 7. Takes the total then for Jamaica up to 126.
That's a lovely shot from Chris Watson. And one of the predictable things you've got to say here with Mohamed Khalil, he bowls full, fast and straight. So in the minds of the batsmen who've seen him bowl earlier on, you're probably thinking that he's going to come full, and Chris Watson, perhaps with a bit of anticipation, was able to go through the offside. Slower ball, good shot here from Watson. Salek Iqbal comes around, will not get there, and it goes away for 4. Jamaica on the charge here. It's 130 for 4. 130 for 4.
An excellent shot off the blade of Watson. A slower ball from Khalil. Watson seemingly ready for it, and he was all over it. Pounced it cleanly, timed it exquisitely, and away it went through the outside for 4. So 15 off the over. That takes the total up to 130 for 4. And so 3 overs remaining. Elliott is on 37. Watson is on 11. With that, we turn it over to John.
Thank you very much, Carl. And it looks like Jamaica is looking indeed to rebuild this innings from where they were, having lost Tristan Coleman. I want to believe Tristan Coleman had, I think, 6 maximums. I don't think that's the highest total of maximums in one match for this tournament. I believe Saeed Abdullah might have had as many as 10 in one matches, but
I'll ask Lenny to look up the stats department and confirm that. But certainly Coleman's inning with 6 maximums was an exciting one to watch as we look for Jamaica to stay within this game, and the pendulum has certainly swung back somewhat in Jamaica's favor. Let's see if they've got the bowlers to put Pakistan out of business. I want to say that this tournament, a lot of things go into making a good tournament. And one of the things that I admire about this tournament is the quality of the umpires. The umpiring has been a very high standard. I haven't heard any of the teams complain about the umpiring, and that certainly is a tribute to Danny Khan as the new energized president of the United States of America Cricket Umpires Association. Back to you guys.
So Adnan Naseem will continue here. 18 balls remaining. And Elliott is on 37 not out. And Carl, we've seen a couple of big strikes off the bat of Chris Watson in the previous over. He has gone quickly up to 11 from 8. And 17 balls remaining here. Adnan Naseem, the man with ball in hand. 2 overs, no mid, none for 7.
So an adjustment in the field as this one is eluding mid-off and goes away for a single here. Takes Jamaica up to 131, and it brings Watson back onto strike. As you pointed out, Watson scored 11 from 8. Partnership now worth 46 between these two, so a good recovery effort here being staged.
So an attempted cut here by Watson doesn't go well. And the bail come off in a flash here from Jahanzi Balan. So 131 on the cards here. 15 balls remaining. Oh, it's high in the air. It's going to be a difficult catch. Oh, he takes it. Tamur Haida takes a well-judged catch. And Chris Watson has to go. He falls for 11. It's 131 for 5. 14 balls remaining. 131 for 5. 14 balls remaining.
Lenny, just as when we said that Jamaica was looking to bring themselves back into this match, they went skywards and lost the wicket. I want to say congratulations to the New York 11. They are certainly through to the finals, having won all 5 of their matches, so their place is all set, which makes this game even more interesting between Pakistan and Jamaica, and then following the Pakistan and India match coming up after this one. But certainly with New York going through to the finals, there's a scramble now to see who will bring up the remaining, fill up the remaining slots. And again, congratulations for New York 11, having won all 5 of their outings so far.
So Yannick Elliott on 38. 14 balls remaining. Adnan Naseem gets his first wicket. He's bowling a 1 for 8. Yannick Elliott on 38. Oh, big shot! It's out of here! It's out! In towards the Jamaican pavilion. And it comes off the bat of Yannick Elliott. He's gone up to 44. Big strike here, Carl. It's 137 for 5.
Clean strike by Yannick Elliott, and that's how destructive Elliott can be, Len. Once he's there at the wicket and settled, he can put a hurting on bowlers. And he got one right in the slot and sent it, just gave it a ride, and in the arc and over into the deep backward square region.
Oh, it's in the air. Tamur will not get there this time. They come back to 139. 139 for 5.
So Elliott, with that, takes him up to 46. 9 runs coming from the over. And so with 2 overs remaining, Jamaica 139 for 5. Over to you, John.
Thank you so much, Carl. Certainly the wind is a factor in this game, and the batsmen ought to take that into consideration when hitting into the wind. Hitting with the wind is all well and good, it's wind assisted, but hitting into the wind is another whole different story. I want to say, talking about wind and Sky Wireless, for all your wireless needs, you can contact them or copy the number right here and contact them for all of your wireless needs. That's Sky, S-K-K-Y, Wireless Services.
All right, thank you, John. 139 for 5. As Chris Powell comes to the wicket. Chris Powell, the man they call Jim, comes out of Jamaica, former Jamaica under 15 and under 19 player.
So it appears Wahab Munir will finish up here. 3 overs, no mid, 1 for 24. And Carl, the thing is with the man on strike here, Chris Powell, as we would have seen him in the Green Line T20 Cup, has a striking, looks like Chris Gayle, a smaller form of Chris Gayle. And we watch him, his mannerism and his walking and the way he carries himself, a little bit smaller frame of Chris Gayle. He's the man on strike here, right-handed Chris Gayle.
This lad would have played 3 seasons with the combined colleges and campuses.
So Elliott is run out. It's 139 to 6. Very tame dismissal. He goes for 46. It's 139 to 6.
Well, with 2 overs to go, Jamaica certainly would need to hurry it up here in these last 2 overs and try to get some runs on the board in order to defend. They've got to have the bowling to face Pakistan because Pakistan certainly has the batting to face Jamaica. And so that's the pressure here. But that's what cricket is all about. The pressure there was on to make runs, and clearly the batsman was looking for that run, which was not there, given where the ball was placed. But that happens, and that's what brings more pressure on the fielding team as much as it is on the batting team.
So it appears David Morgan has joined Chris Powell. And 11 balls remaining here. Elliott falls for 46. Tristan Coleman is the top scorer so far on 57. Chris Powell can't score, so a couple of good balls here from Wahab Munir. And Carl, 10 balls remaining. It's 139 for 6.
So Pakistan applying the screws here. So Powell falls. Tambara Hyder takes a very easy catch, and so another team dismissal here. And the wheels might have come off here for Jamaica, as steady procession of batsmen now going back and forth between the pavilion and the middle. And Pakistan with wind in their sails, having a lot of tailwind here as they continue to effect dismissals. 139 for 7.
Well, Carl, this certainly is looking as though the Rockaway T20 will get 3 matches in today. I think it's the first. It's an innovative approach by a tournament in New York to have a triple header in one day, which gives all of the paying customers into the park today good quality cricket for their money, all-day cricket for the price they're paid. And certainly if we can get this one completed, it would have been the 3rd time in this year's tournament that we've had a triple header set up in one day.
Thank you, John. So Burnett arrives at the wicket. And his first ball, Ryan Burnett. He is forced to defend, and so a big over this for Wahab Munir, yet to concede any runs, and 2 wickets have already fallen for Jamaica, including the very prolific Yannick Elliott, who fell by way of a mesmerizing run out. I'm not sure what the thoughts had been there in terms of trying to complete the single, and clearly no communication with Chris Powell. And then only a couple deliveries later, Powell himself perishing to Tambara Hyder at mid-off.
So David Morgan looking for 2 here. The wicketkeeper goes up to short mid-on. They scamper for a couple of runs. 142 for 7, 6 balls remaining. So it's 142, 6 balls remaining here, John.
So it may come down now to just can Jamaica cross the 150 mark? 1 over remaining. They'll defend at least 7 runs per over. The question is, can they make that into perhaps 8 per over do that, they would have to take the total up to 160, and or somewhere close. And so it will be left to Adnan Naseem, who will say something about it. Naseem, 3 overs, 1 for 16, so he's been very effective in his bowling so far. And so Ryan Burnett is on 1, he's on strike. Morgan on 2, stands up to non-strike presenter. Swing and a miss. So dot ball here in the final over favors Pakistan's interest. 142 for 7, 5 balls to go. And if you cannot, I mean, in fact, and here we go. So 2 consecutive dots here. And so again, dots at this juncture favors the interest of the Pakistanis. And so 142 for 7 with 4 deliveries remaining. And Burnett struggling here to get the ball off the square. Down the leg side this time, a wide ball coming, and so Pakistan could ill afford to bowl any extras here to add to the Jamaican total. 143 for 7 with still 4 deliveries to go.
Yes, Carl, another game. Ball struck and struck firmly down the ground. They settle for 1, so 144 here. 1 more game to go. India takes on Jamaica. The Indian boys are beginning to arrive in the ground. Long flight from India. Arrived at Kennedy. Oh, a chance of a run out here. Alam runs in, takes the bail off, and another wicket falls here. So Morgan goes with 2. It's 144 for 8.
So the Jamaicans have come apart at the seams, and somehow we've seen now 4 batsmen go by way of the run-out route, and some of these run-outs are certainly not done by the work necessarily that the Pakistanis have done, as much as the effort and the lack of commitment, one might say, and lack of communication from the Jamaicans. So another wicket falls. It's now 144 for 8.
Carl, unless Charlton Senior here can hit a boundary, it looks as, Risedale. If he can hit a boundary, then Jamaica may very well fall short of that earlier projected 150.
So One-Eye Drysdale comes out to the middle with 2 balls remaining here. It's 144 for 8. And regardless of... Oh, that's a big strike. Big strike here from Drysdale, and it goes away for 4. So that's what Jamaica needed. And it comes off the bat of One-Eye Drysdale here, Carl. It's 148 for 8.
And Drysdale, see ball, hit ball. And he gets it away on ball number 1. He's on the go.
So 1 single run here will give them 150 to bowl at. Let's see, final ball. And he goes big, chance of a run out. Another wicket fall here, so Drysdale goes a run out. It's 148 at the end of 20, 148 at the end of 20, 148 at the end of 20.
So Carl, Jamaica falls just below the 150 earlier projection at 148. So the target set for Pakistan is 149. While Jamaica ponders that and their strategy and how to approach it, I want to remind you or to inform you that the Eastern American Cricket Association will have their final, their 40-over final, on Sunday, August 13th at the Cage in Jamaica here in New York. And the likely contenders going into that final would be the Big Apple, Everest ACS, Richmond Hill Liberty, and Galaxy. 2 of those 4 teams will face off in the final on August 13th at the Cage. That information comes to you, of course, through the kind courtesy and compliments of Mr. Rudy Prasad, the president of the Eastern American Cricket Association.
All right, thank you, John. And while there's a break in the action, I want to take also a moment to remind you that the New York Under 23 T20 cricket tournament is on and in earnest. And it kicked off on July 7th right here at Paisley Pond Park. And so far that tournament continues to develop momentum. So far we have had teams representing Rockaway Cricket Club, Brooklyn Blitz, Blasters, NYCA, the CDCA Youths, Destroyers, Connecticut Youths, Bangladesh Tigers, and Young Warriors. The table being dominated at the moment by Rockaway CC, which is on 30 points. Won 3 from 3. Brooklyn Blitz have also won their first 3 games. So keep focused on the New York Cricket, the Under 23 T20 cricket tournament. You can go to Cricket Clubs / New York Cricket Academy 23 T20 to view the scorecard. So keep abreast of that tournament. And earlier this afternoon up at Gateway, Destroyers 11 defeated Rockaway Cricket Club, and then New York Cricket Academy defeated the Connecticut Youths in the final over. So again, a reminder to stay abreast of the New York Under 23 T20 cricket tournament that's going on generally here at Paisley Pond Park, up at Gateway, and on occasion in the cage. Most matches are played on Friday afternoons. So anyway, you can get more information on that by visiting the Cricket Clubs, again, / the cricketclubs.com / New York Cricket Academy U23 T20.
Carl, on another note in terms of umpiring, 2 umpires from the USA Cricket Umpires Association, the umpires officiated today, Vijay Melinda and Neil Jamola. 2 of the umpires from the US Cricket Umpires Association will be officiating in the match between the Jamaica Tallywas and the US team next month in Florida at the Broward County Regional Park. And so that speaks a lot about the caliber of the umpires we have had in this tournament, and certainly the caliber of the umpires we have in the United States of America Cricket Umpires Association. So this tournament continues to go from strength to strength, not only in the caliber of the players on the field, but the caliber of the officials participating in this tournament. And a big up to the Rockaway T20 group of companies for their kind sponsorship and maintaining the high standards of cricket in the United States here. Thank you.
nè. Đi ra vậy.
So we're back here, 149 to win from 120 balls. Umar Farouk will be the man on strike. He's joined by Shahid Shahzad or Shahzad Shahid. The opening bowler will be Chris Powell. In fact, not Chris Powell. In fact, it is Chris Powell who's marking up his mark here. And so the Jamaicans will be defending 149 here, Carl, from 120 balls. One more game to go. Pakistan will come back to play India in the final game of this triple header here. And so, Carl, it's 149 to win from 120 ball. Umar Farouk will be the key man here, as we see Chris Powell practicing a little run up to the pitch. And so things are all set here. John, are you ready there?
I'm very much ready, Lenny, as we resume action here between Pakistan and Jamaica. One of them looking to advance in this tournament, and no doubt Jamaica will be looking to take Pakistan out of this contention. But before we get back to the action here, I want to let you know that the Indo-Caribbean Federation presents its 27th annual cricket match for the ICF Trophy. That's Guyana versus the Caribbean Invitation 11, and that's on August 19th at Beasley Pond Park, right here at 11 a.m. on August 19th, with umpires Steve Kalu and Ashok Bridgekumar. That's the Guyana versus the Caribbean Invitational, the Indo-Caribbean Federation 27th match on Saturday, August 19th. Back to you guys.
So this one gets an edge. It's gone a long way and has gone for 6. First shot off the bat of Umar Farouk, and Carl, that's the way Umar Farouk goes. He goes for many maximum, and already one in the bag here, a 6 off the first ball.
Yes, then he likes the ball coming onto the blade, and when he sees a quickie, his eyes seemingly light up, and he was ready for Chris Powell. Took a thick top edge and flew a long way of a long leg, and another T20, Rockaway T20 maximum here in this match.
Oh, it's in the air. Oh, that's a well-touched catch. Well-touched catch there. Yannick Elliott comes up with one. Farouk has to go, and it's 6 for 1.
So, feast or famine? You live by the sword, you die by the sword in a way. And another big outside edge. This time the ball didn't carry, and it just went sky high in the air. Elliott had to run around because, of course, Len, very strong breeze blowing across the Beasley Pond Park, and he had to find it in the air, had to move around quite a bit. In the end, he pouches it, and so Umar Farouk, he departs for 6. It's 6 for 1 off just the second ball.
Yes, Carl, this is a very big wicket here for Jamaica. Umar Farouk is a savage ball beater, and we've seen him here many times. He's not shy of going out of the park. We saw him taking the very first ball out of the park, and so a big wicket here for Jamaica as he's replaced by Salek Iqbal, the man who tops the most runs in the series so far. It's 135. And so Chris Powell strikes early. So ball turned into the onside. Shahid Shahzad gets off the mark at 1. And Pakistan, they're batting at 7 for 1 here. Big man out. Umar Farouk caught by a well-judged catch from Yannick Elliott. And Carl, the ball was in the air for some time, and perhaps could have given Tristan Coleman, the keeper, a chance to even get around. But in the end, they decided that Yannick Elliott will be the man to go for the catch, and boy, did he hold on a good catch there. It's 7 for 1.
Had to judge that the ball is moving around in the air, and he had to change his course a few times. Here's Powell.
Oh, big shot here from Saleh Iqbal. He gets going up the very first ball he faces, and it goes away for 4. So good start here from Saleh Iqbal. He gets off the mark at 4. It's 11 for 1.
So both Saleh Iqbal and Umar Farouk that we saw, they like the ball coming onto the bat, and they can hit the ball and hit it well. So one on the off stump and in the slot, and gave it a good strike through the mid-off region. Picked up 4 runs for his effort.
So playing a miss here by Saleh Iqbal. The ball goes through to the keeper, Tristan Coleman. It's 138 to win from 115 balls.
And
Game hanging in a very delicate balance here, Carl, you've got to say.
still early days, Len. 7 runs per over, just about 7.5 runs per over they ask at the outset. So it will require some bit of application.
Oh, what a shot. Good shot here from Saleh Iqbal. He's gone for a 1 bounce 4. And so he means business here today, Carl. A couple of scoring shots. 2 scoring shots for 8. That's 15 for 1.
So 15 runs off the over from Powell. And ball coming out of the middle of the blade, almost from ball 1. From Saleh Iqbal, an in-form batsman. And the man with the orange cap in the Rockaway T20 Fiesta for 2017.
Carl certainly shows that Pakistan have got quite a few pilots in their team. They're capable of going high, fast, and flying at a high altitude there. Even though we see the loss of the first batsman who went against the wind, flying into the wind, and that caused him his wicket. He certainly was a threat to Jamaica. But we're seeing in the very first over what Pakistan is capable of doing, and that's why I said all along 150 may not be enough. But let's see if the Jamaican bowlers can pull this back in.
Well, John, one Ordelmo Peters, former national player for Jamaica, may concur as he looks on almost with some bit of concern here for the Jamaicans. Ordelmo Peters opened the innings for Jamaica at the national level back in the regional cricket, the era of Shell Shield cricket as we called it back then. And former St. Catherine Senior Cup player for several years. Would have also plied his trade in the New York Tri-State region, representing Villagers, Cosmos, among other clubs. And now Sheffield. And so Ordelmo Peters, one of the quality players to have plied his trade in these parts, as Janoy Drysdale will continue the attack. 15 for none, 15 for 1 actually. And he'll bowl to Shahzad Shahid.
So an attempted pull here will get runs nonetheless.
Will get a boundary, I think, Len. In fact, it's gone all the way. And so Drysdale guilty of being short from ball 1. And seeing that one pulled around into the vacant fine leg region by Shahid. So he goes up to 5 quickly, takes Pakistan quickly up to 19 for 1 in the second over.
So Drysdale goes for 4. It's 19 for 1. Ball taken on the equipment here. And Carl, you look at this Jamaican side here, and they're started with Chris Powell, who got the wicket of Umar Farouk. We've seen Drysdale quite briefly here, but you would want to think that you do have in their arsenal 4 quality top spinners. Barton Bartley, the left arm spinner. Tamar Lambert has bowled at the regional level. You've got Yannick Elliott, and not forgetting Javin Thomas. So you've got 4 spinners there that could give you equally 16 overs if everything goes well.
Well, they'll have to see how much they can get out of these two quickies, and these are genuinely fast bowlers, Powell and Drysdale. But we know the Pakistani batsmen, they can handle the quick stuff, and they almost prefer the quick stuff at times. And so how long can Barrington Bartley hang on with Powell and Drysdale at the top before he turns to the spinners to look to stem the flow of runs here? 15 runs came off Powell's first over. Already 5 gone in this one.
Yes, Carl, and we saw the Pakistani, apart from Mohammed Khalil, they invested a lot of time with Tamoor Haida. Oh, pulled away. Even if it's a top edge, it will go away for 4.
And these quickies land entirely too short. This one goes away for 4. So we've seen when the bowlers have bowled short, and we saw Powell bowl short and paid the price. We're seeing Drysdale come back and doing the same. Every time he's gone short, he's paid the price. And so now 9 runs already gone in this over. With still a couple more deliveries to go.
Yes, Carl. That's not the kind of bowling you want to bowl when you're defending 148.
Against 148 against this type of a batting attack. And so 148, it's decent runs on the board, are runs on the board. But against Pakistan, they can make us look short. This one is hammered. Gone the distance into the deep backward square region. And so the whip is out here on young Janoy Drysdale. That takes the Pakistan total up to 30. Takes Iqbal up to 18.
Yes, Carl. Salek Iqbal is the man who wears the orange cap in the tournament. And so he's gone up to 18 in just 5 balls. Couple of big strikes in this over. An over that so far has conceded some 15 runs, so not a good one here from Drysdale. And Pakistan has gone up to 30 for 1. They lost an early wicket, but Salek Iqbal is beginning to play shots all along the ground. Oh, better ball, but badly directed, and it goes for a wide. But we've got to say the intention here of Drysdale, Carl, has got it somewhat right, 50%.
Well, the length, yeah, he has to get the ball clearly up more on a fuller pitch. And he attempted to do that, but just went down the wrong line. And an excellent take by Coleman, diving away to his left brilliantly.
Oh, again, he's gone down the leg side, so those balls will have to be re-bowled. And so India plays next. India takes on Pakistan. The Indian boys are in the ground already, Carl. So they're watching their batting opposition, the Pakistani.
So 17 runs already conceded in this over from Drysdale. So he follows on the 15 conceded by Chimp in his first over. So here he is to try to finish up.
Oh, that's a good ball. That's where you need to bowl. Salek Iqbal is on 18. That completes over number 2. We'll quickly turn it over to John. John is 32 for 1.
32 for 1, and certainly Pakistan is showing what they're made of. They can go high and fast and score runs. And I would like to tell you that in the meanwhile, you can do all your insurance and travel needs through the Ramsundar Travel and Insurance Services, and certainly keeping things within the zone. You can go to Cricket Zone, that's Rabbit Waru in the Bronx for all of your cricket needs, and that's at Cricket Zone USA. Again, this tournament is brought to you through the kind courtesy of the Rockaway Group of Companies, the Rockaway Roti Shop, Rockaway VIP Car Service, and Empress Hall, where you can hold all of your functions. As the commentary continue, I hand you back over to Lenny and Carl.
So Chris Watson comes into the attack here, Carl, at 32 for 1. Still 117 to win from 108 balls. The Pakistanis are scoring at 8 and over. In fact, 16 and over. And the required rate, 6.5 runs. The required run rate here, Carl. So, big start, quick start here for the Pakistani.
And in 2 overs, Len, Pakistan has brought the run rate down from a 7.5 ask to 6.5. So full run taken off the asking rate straight away.
So Chris Watson, left arm leg spinner. And ball guided away here by Shahzad. He picks up a couple and takes the Pakistani score up to 34 for 1.
So the left arm orthodox coming through and around the wicket. Will bowl to Shahzad Shahid. He's on 8 from 5 deliveries. Sadiq Iqbal has been punishing so far. 18 from 6 balls. And so Pakistan on fire here. They're going at just about 16 runs and over. So pressure on Jamaica.
Yes, Carl, and this is going to be a very important fixture here. Both teams on 10 points. And a much more important one here for Jamaica because Pakistan still has another one coming up for today. So very important games here for both teams. Locked in 10 points. Can Jamaica defend 148? Can Pakistan win this one? Perhaps go into India with a confident win.
114 needed from 105. 114 runs needed from 105 deliveries.
So ball cut away. Good looking shot. Drysdale is giving chase.
Gives up the chase as the ball goes into the boundary. So the stem, the flow of runs continue here as despite the effort of Drysdale and the bowling effort of Watson, haven't been able to keep the Pakistani batsmen from getting the balls to the boundaries in each of the overs we've seen so far.
Yes, Carl, and we're still in the power play period, so Jamaica needs to really bowl some containing balls to get them out of the power play first of all. And then, of course, you can play around with some deep protection here and there. Again, ball goes down the leg side, so while we haven't seen a flurry of boundaries in this over, we've seen our fair share of wides.
Well, we've seen 2 wides in the over, but we've seen 8 runs conceded so far with still 1 legal delivery remaining. So yet another expensive over here for a Jamaican bowler.
It's in the air.
And so a meal is made out in the deep mid-wicket region. And it's man out in the deep there. Can't save a couple. Can't save one at least. And so it's 41 for 1 at the end of 3. And if you're Jamaica, you have to turn those into, you have to convert those into wickets. Okay, so new bowler coming into the attack from the commentary box end in the form of Elliott.
Yes, Carl, Yannick Elliott, a very quality off spinner. And is one of 5 bowlers to have bowled a maiden in this series, so bowls with a lot of flight, gets the ball to turn appreciably. We'll come into bowl to Shahzad. Shahzad is on 13, Sadiq Iqbal is on 18. And Pakistan needs 108 from 102 balls. Pakistan, by the way, is the Rockaway T20 Fiesta defending champ, Carl. They had an outstanding series last year, led by Saeed Abdullah. Certainly one of their biggest batters out of last year. Even Salek Iqbal got among some of the runs last year. And the likes of Omar Farouk also played good batting roles in last year's championship series. Here is Elliott. Shazad gets a good ball, allows it to go past to Coleman. And the equation now comes down to 108 from 101 balls, Carl.
So Elliott choosing for the moment to just stay wide of off stump. Still in the power play overs here. We're just into the fourth over and Pakistan going at 10 and over at the moment. So in fact now we get the signal for wide from umpire Malela. And umpire Malela headed up to Florida for CPL practice match, the Jamaica Taloas and the US team. So the question is, how soon before we'll see Malela, as we had been saying, Len, officiating perhaps in the Caribbean. We've heard that Jermaine Lindell, who is from the U.S. Cricket Umpires Association, is in the Caribbean, umpiring at the regional under-19. So we've seen some umpires on the rise as we've been talking, and they include the likes of Neil Jamula, who will also share the stage with Malela. Ball pulled into the onside, and man in the deep can come around to make it into a chance. And so the score, the over comes to an end. And so it's 100. In fact, it's 44 for 1 with 4 overs gone.
So we kind of missed John in the last over. We'll tell Ralph Tamish to make a note that John was missing from over number 3 to over number 4 car. And just make sure that the card was clocked. So Ralph, please take note, John was missing for 1 over 6 balls, 44 for 1.
We're John entitled to a break, aren't they?
So switch up. What kind of switch up are we running here?
I know I'm in good company from who was missing. Case of pot telling potty bottom black.
So Chris Watson continues. Salek Iqbal, swashbuckling batsman, Carl, as he's defending. He's on 19. He's played some wonderful shots. In fact, he's played 2 fours. In fact, 3 fours and 1 6.
And Iqbal then has hit the ball dead out of the center of the bat. He's been spot on almost from ball 1.
Yes, Carl, last week. In fact, the last round of the tournament, we saw a player from the India team scoring 38, all in boundary 4, 6 and 1 4. In fact, 40, I think he made Ashif, I think it is. Oh, ball cut away. That's a good looking shot off the bat of Salek Iqbal. And he picks up another boundary. He goes up to 23, it's 48 for 1.
So Iqbal, the most prolific run scorer in the Rockaway T20 Fiesta for 2017, continues to be among the runs and extending his lead. He had been surpassed momentarily by Munishwar Patadin earlier, but he is now certainly put himself back in charge with still another game to come later on this afternoon, so he can even extend his lead over Patadin even further.
Yes, Carl, the fact is he's still not out here. He's looking well too. And so 101 to win from 92 balls. Chris Watson, the leg spinner. 48 for 1. Oh, he comes down the track, a chance! David Morgan had a bit of play. Always was going to be a difficult chance, Carl, running back. And so that brings up the 50 here for Pakistan. They're 50 for 1. Pakistan 50 for 1. Iqbal up to 25.
And the 50 comes up in just 5 overs. And so Pakistan going with an asking rate of 7.5, going at 10 runs and over at the moment, and have reduced the equation to effectively run a ball. So that takes care of over number 5. 6 runs coming from it. And so then with 5 gone, it's Pakistan chasing 149 needed for victory. They're 50 for 1 with Salik Iqbal on 25, Shahzad Shaheed on 14. The batsman out, Umar Farouk. He fell for 6, caught brilliantly by Elliott off the bowling of Chris Paul. 50 for 1 after 5.
Thank you, Carl. And look, certainly Pakistan is looking for a gift here from Jamaica, put them through, and to come up against India in the final match. But speaking of gifts, you can get all your cash gifts and cards from Cash Gifts and Cards. That's one of our sponsors in today's match.
All right, so the action continues. Elliott at first ball, defended into the outside by Shaheed.
Yes, Carl, and Elliott first of all only cost him 3 runs. So far, Elliott, it appears, has the stuff what Jamaica needs here. But certainly, when you look across to the other bowlers being used here today, they have gone for quite a few.
Elliott is one of those bowlers, an experienced campaigner. He knows how to bowl, how to keep things together from one end. The unfortunate thing for Jamaica is he only has 2 overs after this one.
So Iqbal comes down the track, Carl. As you know, the Pakistan team will have a little bit of rest between the other game. So Salik Iqbal perhaps is of the opinion that once this game finishes quickly, the longer the rest. Oh, that's a good looking shot. Vacant area. The fielder runs back. He trickles away for 4, so 4 more runs off the bat of Salik Iqbal. He's gone up to 29, 55 for 1.
And good intelligent batting from Salik Iqbal, recognizing that mid-off was inside the circle. And so he came down the track, lofted shot over mid-off, and it just beat the man into the boundary. 4 more.
So he's gone big again into the New York 11 camp. So it's gone for 6. He struck the cooler, I think. So 6 more here off the bat of Salik Iqbal. He's gone up to 35. Carl is 6 to 1 for 1.
And with Salik Iqbal at the wicket lane, you have to have your head on a swivel. Almost have eyes in the back of your head, and have to be vigilant here, as balls will fly out of this venue with frequency. And so he goes up to 35 to complete the over from Elliott, an expensive one, 11 coming from it.
Before we go to a word from our sponsors, Carl and Lenny, in your expert analysis, what does Jamaica need to do to employ their bowlers, that is, to contain this Pakistani team? While the analysts seek an answer to that, let me tell you that this tournament is brought to you through the kind courtesy of the Rockaway Group of Companies. That's the Rockaway VIP Car Service, Rockaway Roti Shop, and Empress Hall for all your dining and partying needs. In addition to which, Ozone Auto Body, Cash Gifts and Cards, Ali & Sons Home Improvement, Apple Car and Limo Service, Ramsundar Insurance and Travel Services, and Dave Central Auto Repair are some of the sponsors of the Rockaway T20 New York Cricket Fiesta.
So Chris Watson continues.
And so power play. Signal by umpire Khan. wide is the call. So Pakistan going at an easy clip at the moment, going at 10 runs per over. They've reduced the equation down to 87 needed from 84 balls, so effectively run a ball the ask from here on out. And this one's down the wrong line again, another wide signal. And in fact, the call has been reversed. So dead ball is the indication, I believe, as the batsman. In fact, yeah, dead ball. So the batsmen reverse course. So they go back to their respective creases. So 62 for 1 in this, the 7th over, being bowled by Christopher Watson. Watson, 2 overs, none for 16 so far. And that follows on the heels of Christopher Powell, who went 1 over for 15 runs. Janoy Drysdale, 1 over for 17 runs. And Yannick Elliott, 2 overs for 14 runs. And we're into the 7th over here, 62 for 1.
So ball goes up the backward square. Joe Allen comes around and wouldn't get there on time, and it goes away for another boundary. So Pakistan goes up to 66 for 1.
And for a moment there, Len, I thought Joe Allen was going to pull out the dive. But
Not today.
Joe said, I've seen those days. Those days are long gone. 66 for 1. In over number 7. Down the leg side, another wide coming here. And so 67 now the total.
Yes, Carl, and this game is live on YouTube. Go to Adil Khan Photography, Adil Khan Photography. And this game is going live on YouTube right now. So Adil Khan Photography, Pakistan versus Jamaica, you'll pick it up there. So 68 for 1, 81 to win from 81 balls. Saleh Iqbal is on 35 not out.
And the equation is reduced to exactly run a ball now. 81 needed from 81. This one is hammered to backward square. And it's picked up just inside the boundary line by Burnett. And so 2 runs then to Iqbal, takes him up to 37, takes Pakistan up to 70. And Iqbal continues to extend his lead atop the batting run scoring charts.
Yes, Carl, he has batted well. In fact, in the first round, the very first match of this tournament, he got up to 95 at Whitestone Park. And so while he somewhere along the line would have gotten some low scores, he's back. And he's batting well with 37 on the cards here already for him. Now he comes down the track looking for 2 here. In fact, a single. And a single will take him up to 38, 71 for 1, 78 to win from 79 balls.
So a comfortable chase here for Pakistan from this point forward. 9 wickets in hand, strong batting lineup with a number of quality players sitting in the hut. Quality delivery, well defended by Shahid.
Yes.
So that closes out another over from Watson. 10 runs coming from it. And so then with 7 overs gone, it's Pakistan chasing 149 needed for victory. They're 71 for 1 with Iqbal on 38 and Shahid on 20.
Yes, Carl, and John, a good announcement for you. This game is going live on YouTube, so stop those annoying calls asking you for the scores. Point them to YouTube. You can type in Adil Khan Photography, and this match and also the Indian match will be live on YouTube. So pass the word around. And for all the Indian players, if someone is bothering you, asking you what's the score, tell them to go to YouTube. This game will be firing live. John?
Very good, Lenny, and all goes well for the future cricket and this tournament, and that we've gone international now. I want to say thank you to Leslie Lowe, the president of the Commonwealth Cricket League, one of the sponsors of this tournament, as well as Cricket Zone USA and Sky Wireless, as Pakistan looks to make this an early day of the office today before taking on India in the last match of this triple header. Back to you guys.
So 78 away from 78 balls, and India will take on Pakistan. And Carl, we'll have to see whether or not the India-Pakistan game lives up to the global India-Pakistan game whenever that happens around the world. One of the biggest sporting events. Pakistan takes on India. 71 for Warney. And Yannick Elliott will... Oh, I bowled him! So that's the end of Saleh Iqbal. He goes for 38. There's 71 for 2. Iqbal falls for 38. Yannick Elliott comes up with a good breakthrough here, Carl. And the question is it too late or not? We'll have to wait and see. Iqbal falls for 38.
Lenny Iqbal obviously misunderstood my comment when I said make an early day in the office. Not for him to make an early exit, but again the commentator's curse has claimed the wicket.
So Adil Naushwan Carl comes out here at 71 for 2, John. And a big breakthrough there. Saleh Iqbal goes off the bowling of Yannick Elliott.
So Elliott with a big ball saw Iqbal coming, and he comes up trumps, got him to run past one.
Yes, Carl, and it appears even if the ball hadn't struck the stump, Coleman was in position here to effect a dismissal. So 71 for 2. Adil Naushwan comes out here. 78 needed from 77 balls.
So defensive first ball from Naushwan. Elliott just 1 over remaining after this one. An attempted sweep by Adil doesn't yield any results. 148 posted by Jamaica.
So ball cut away here by Naushwan. Gets off the mark. They're running quickly. We'll come back for 2. So a couple of runs here off the bat of Adil Naushwan. He gets going here. 73 for 2. So 76 from 74. And Carl, you get the impression that during the partnership here earlier on between Saleh Iqbal and Shahzad, that the Jamaicans were beginning to feel a little downtrodden. But certainly with the dismissal of Saleh Iqbal, you're beginning to see some sense of purpose. As expected, you've seen it even at the international level. And you've seen it in not only cricket, but you've seen it in soccer or any other sport that once a breakthrough happened, it's new energy. Oh, he dragged him on. Says Saleh, in fact, Adil Naushwan falls. He drags one back onto the stumps. And all of a sudden, Pakistan are batting a 73 for 3.
Certainly, Lenny, the pendulum has swung back in Jamaica's favor somewhat. This Pakistani team still has the depth of batting, so no doubt Jamaica will need to keep the pressure on if they're to stay competitive in this match and hopefully pull out a W. So we've got to look and see how the Jamaica team responds to this wicket, as well as how Pakistan responds if they're to stay within this tournament.
So 73 for 3. Asad Munawar comes out here to the middle car. And Jamaica has made a couple of quick strikes here. Second wicket fell at 71. And the third wicket falls at 73. Asad Munawar joins Shahzad. And are we beginning to see a fight back here from Jamaica? Certainly we do. It's 76 to win from 72 balls.
I think so. Barrington Bartley has been introduced into the attack. So Bartley replaces Christopher Watson at the Rockaway Boulevard end. Watson, his first spell goes for 25 off 3 overs. So Barkley will come into the attack. 73 for 3.
Yes, Carl, 73 for 3. Jamaica around this area was 65 for 2.
So the man they call Tipper takes the ball.
Yes, Carl, Bartley is a very experienced leg spinner. He's been around New York cricket for a long time. Very experienced bowler.
And you might see why they might call him Tipperland, almost on his tiptoes as he ambles up to the wicket to deliver the ball.
So match hanging in the balance here. Pakistan have lost a couple of quick wickets. They're batting a 74 for 3. 75 to win from 70 ball. No need to panic yet. Seemingly, Carl, if you can bring a T20 game to a run of ball with 7 wickets in hand, you shouldn't lose that game.
Especially when you have a strong batting lineup like the Pakistanis do.
But like anything else, a couple of wickets here, 1 or 2 wickets there, and all of a sudden, the pressure comes on you. And it's a different ball game, ball keeping a bit low here. So this is a good over from Bartley.
And the pressure valve may have been released to some degree in the first 2 overs that win for 32 runs. Perhaps you get a better effort there at the top of the bowling effort from Jamaica. Could have really pushed back Pakistan to some degree. They might have, that said, Len, they might also have batted differently, the Pakistanis, as the over comes to an end. 2 runs coming from it. So good opening over from Barrington Bartley. And so with 9 overs now completed, Pakistan leading 149. After 9 overs, they're 75 for 3 with Shahid on 21. Munawar, who just arrived at the wicket, he's on 1.
Very good over there from the skipper Barrington Bartley, pulling his back in for just 2 runs off of that over, because at this stage, when Jamaica's batting, there were 68 for 2 at the end of 8. So 73 for 3 certainly puts the pressure on Pakistan somewhat, but Jamaica would need a wicket or 2 at this point in time, because Pakistan has the depth of their batting would preclude Jamaica from saying this is a done deal. Pakistan is very much still in this game. Jamaica can get 1 or 2 quick wickets here. It will certainly change the dynamics of this particular match.
So new bowler here, Carl, it appears to be Ryan Burnett. Given the ball here, 75 for 3. So Ryan Burnett giving the ball, 74 to win from 66 balls. Still lots of cricket left in this match.
So Yannick Elliott Lynn also gives way with 3 overs, 2 for 16. So impressive bowling from Elliott given the onslaught by the top order of the Pakistani batting lineup. And so Burnett comes in to replace him. And he'll come in bowling to Asad Munawar. Munawar on 1. He's faced 4 balls. 75 on the board for Pakistan and 74 runs to get from 66 balls or 11 overs at an asking rate of 6.73.
So Burnett makes a very good start here. Dot balls certainly are key here.
So wind in the sails of the Jamaicans for the moment.
We've seen a couple of good balls here from Burnett, but Munawar gets a single out towards deep point. Brings the equation down to 73 to win from 64 balls. More runs than balls. And Pakistan, the defending champion of last year, trying to move up the points ladder here, Carl, and so is the Jamaicans. And so very keen game here with the news earlier on. New York 11 already into the final, and they'll be waiting here on August 25th, August 26th, whatever the Saturday is. In fact, 26th. And John, when we come here on the 26th, the New York 11 will be here waiting for one of 2 of the other 5 teams still to be decided. And with the news perhaps that Bangladesh seemingly out, and so it's either India, Pakistan, or the Jamaicans coming here on August 25th, Carl.
What a delivery from Ryan Burnett, spinning and turning. And Shahid swinging for the fences, beating all ends up.
And Carl, correction there, Guyana is also part of the fold. So Guyana still in with a chance. You never know how things can go. And this game will decide a lot of what others have in terms of the future in this tournament. Over to you, John.
Well, Lenny, certainly on August 19th, the Indo-Caribbean Federation for the 27th year hosts an invitational 11 against the Guyana 11 to commemorate the Indo-Caribbean Federation 27th anniversary. And that match will be held right here at 11 a.m. at Basie Pond Park. And I can tell you some of the players participating in that match for Guyana will be Karen Ganesh, Ashke Homraj, Chris Patadin, Derek Narayan, Deveshwari Prashad, Zahir Mohammed, Kristat Ramu, Mark Terrell, Andre Curtin, Randall Wilson, Terry Majamutu, Keon Lake, Waslim Hassim, and Shiv Sangleman.
So Bartley continues. That's a good ball, and Carl, Bartley first over only cost him 2 runs. So Jamaica certainly need a couple of quality over here. Asad Munawar picks up another single here. And Shahzad comes back into strike. He's batted well for 22. Jamaica needs, in fact, Pakistan needs 70 from 58 balls.
So Jamaica trying to apply some pressure here, trying to peg back this run rate even further. Ball pulled into the onside. Around comes Powell and picks up quickly, gets the ball back. Oh, right on top of the stump. What a throw from Chris Powell. Can't stop one. And so Shahzad goes up to 23, brings Munawar back onto strike.
So good shot here from Asad Munawar. Oh, good work there. It appears to be David Morgan. And they come back for a couple of runs. Good bit of cricket there. Good shot from Asad Munawar. Good fielding from David Morgan. And the level of cricket, Carl, in this tournament, and in particular this day of cricket, has been at top level. 82 for 3 here.
We did see New York destroy Bangladesh earlier, bowl them for 93 equal and even 19 overs, and then romped to a 9-wicket win inside of 14 overs. And subsequently we've seen Jamaica come back and post 148 against a very good bowling performance from Pakistan. And so we're now watching the run chase here. 82 on the board. Pakistan goes in search of 149 needed for victory, as this one is played up into the offside and to the deep cover region for another single. And that takes Pakistan up to 83.
So Shahzad on 23. He's a top batsman himself, Carl. We saw him last year, featured among the runs. He plays in the Masters League and he's one of the top batsmen there. He gets on. Oh!
Lambert puts it on the turf. So a ball slapped hard by Shahid to Lambert, and he doesn't come up with it. And so Shahid gets a life, Pakistan gets a life. The over comes to an end. 5 runs coming from it. It's 83 for 3 with 11 overs gone.
Carl, I just learned that in that Indo-Caribbean Federation match slated for August 19th, right here at 11 a.m., the Caribbean Invitational team will include Nazim Arif, Faisal Taj, Dave Mohammed, Steve Samuels, Kevin Nazir, Jitendra Sukhdev, Carlton Senior, and Mohammed Siddiq. Those are just a couple of the players who will be featured in that Invitational 11 against the Guyana team in the Indo-Caribbean Federation's 27th anniversary cricket match right here at Paisley Pond Park, August 19th, 11 a.m.
So that promises to be quite an interesting affair. It's always a well-attended event. This one hit in the offside. Powell is there. Can't convert it into a chance. And so 1 run added here to Munawar. He goes up to 8, takes Pakistan to 84. So 65 needed from 53.
Yes, Carl, and just making the point that Shahzad has been among the runs. In Masters League, he's considered one of the top batsmen there. Would get regular hundreds. Saw him in the final of the Masters League image. Oh, he's gonna green on the grass.
So the ball keeps following Lambert around. And 2 for 2. This time it's Munawar that offers the chance. And either way, doesn't take either. 85 for 3.
So ball steered away towards the third man area. Fielder giving chase, Elliott. And they come back for 2. So Munawar goes up to 10. It's 87 for 3. So pressure applied, pressure released. Ryan Burnett, both Barrett and Barkley applying some bit of pressure here, Carl. But
And then if Jamaica should continue to hit back Pakistan, wickets would do that. And a couple of opportunities have gone a begging here for the Jamaicans.
yes, Carl. Barkley created opportunity, and so did Ryan Burnett. We saw not too long ago 1 ball in the vicinity of Chris Powell fell in front of him. And we've made the point over and over again, Carl, that when you're defending small total, every opportunity that comes your way, or even half opportunities, will have to be converted into dismissals. And so another good single here for Pakistan. They go up to 89 for 3. And 60 to win for 49 balls. 60 to win for 49 balls. So still a lot of cricket here. 7.35 is the asking rate per over. Oh, Shahzad comes on the track, he's gone. So Tristan Coleman comes up with 1. And Shahzad has to go for 23. Pakistan loses 1. It's 89 for 4. 89 for 4. Shahzad goes for 23.
Lenny, the pendulum has certainly swung back in Jamaica's favor despite the 2 lapses of concentration here from Tamar Lambert. Burnett comes back and gets his man. And he's probably saying, I don't need you, Tamar, I can get him nonetheless. And he did get him in the same over. This certainly puts the favor back in Pakistan.
Yeah, I think we
Jamaica. However, I want to also tell you that at the Indo-Caribbean Federation 27th anniversary cricket match here at Paisley Pond Park on August 19th at 11 a.m., they will be honoring two outstanding young men, and I use the word young advisedly, in the form of Milton Paidana, an former outstanding wicketkeeper for Guyana. Milton Paidano will be honored at that match, as well as umpire Steve Kalu, who is celebrating 25 years as an umpire in the United States here. So two outstanding young men will be honored during the 27th anniversary Indo-Caribbean Federation match right here at Bay State Pond Park on August 19th at 11 a.m.
So Jahanzeb Alam goes out to the middle. And Assad Munawar will be on strike. Bartley to continue.
And he's caught at the wicket, and he has to go. So loud appeal, Munawar doesn't capitalize on the chance afforded by Lambert in the previous over. He goes first ball of the 13th over to Barrington Bartley. And in quick succession, Tristan Coleman features. It's now 89 for 5.
This certainly is a comeback from Jamaica back into this match. Having only posted 148, which I thought was not enough for Pakistan, but certainly the Jamaican bowling has stood up. Notwithstanding the two catches that were dropped, they're still very much into this match. And Jamaica will be looking to pull this out here. It complicates matters a bit further because if Pakistan wins their next match against India, then they will be in the same number of points, Jamaica and Pakistan. I'll leave it up to the statisticians to bring me up to speed on what happens should Jamaica win this match and Pakistan the next match against India.
So 89 for 5. It appears Amir Butt has come out here to the middle. And Carl, things are beginning to look quite nicely here for Jamaica. 60 to win from 47. But still Pakistan, they bat very deep as Amir Butt comes out here. And Bartley bowling at 1 for 7. So game on here at the Baisley Pond Park as Pakistan takes on Jamaica in an earnest here.
So Bartley looking to effect further inroads here, trying to make more of an impact already on this game. He's been effective. Batsmen have struggled to get him away. 2.2 overs, 1 for 7 is Barrington Bartley, and at the moment seemingly unplayable.
Big shot here from Amir Butt. And the fielder comes around, they'll come back for two. So very brave shot here from Amir Butt.
So Burnett in the deep, coming around and getting the ball quickly, getting it back in to the field of play, but not before the batters cross for 2. So Butt gets off the mark in a bit of a streaky fashion. 91 on the board now, 58 needed from 44. Run rate starting to approach 8 runs per over the ask as Jamaica tries to apply further pressure. Again, Tamar has a run out here. Tamar Lambert comes in, man running down the track, and that's the impact of pressure. As they say, Jamaica, pressure bust pipe. And it looks like Alam go on for a golden duck. Over to you, John.
Carl, that's certainly Jamaica certainly is pulling this back significantly, given the fact that Pakistan, I believe, had 30 off the first 2 overs. Who would have thought they would have been here at this point in time? But clearly, after taking 30 off the first 2 overs against the Jamaican Pacers, it looks as though the slow bowlers have managed to pull this match back in their favor. Unless Pakistan can really come up with some magic here, some big hitting and some high flying, this looks like it could be very much in Jamaica's favor. But don't say win yet until the fat lady sings.
So now Pakistan has fallen from 83 for 3 to 91 for 6. So 3 wickets have fallen in the space of just about 8 runs. And so the wheels seemingly have come off here for Pakistan. They need a partnership here to consolidate. 43 deliveries remaining. 58 runs to get. And Amir Butt, the man still out in the middle, And Naseem, the new batsman, arrives at the crease.
Yes, Carl, Pakistan will have to bat well here. Amir Butt gets another single out towards the onside. And so that completes over number 13. So 13 overs gone. It's 92 for 6, 57 to win from 42. 57 to win from 42. 57 to win from 42.
And then when Jamaica batted, we saw runouts accounting for 4 wickets in the Jamaica innings. Tristan Coleman was run out, Yannick Elliott, David Morgan, and Janoy Drysdale were all run out. Drysdale, you might not necessarily count that one, even though it came at the very end. And so they were just, at that point, just willing to sacrifice his wicket to see if they could pick up an extra run. But 4 run-outs, and so far Pakistan are falling victim to a run-out dismissal with Jahanzeb Alam going that route.
So another single here from the Pakistani batsman is 93 for 6.
So Abbott goes up to 4. And Adnan Naseem now comes on to strike. So this one played up into the outside. And again, another mix-up in communication here. And so Naseem gets off the mark. He goes up to 1, Pakistan up to 94. 55 needed from 40 balls, asking rate up to 8.25 per over.
So another single here for Pakistan brings the equation down to 54 from 39. And Carl, one of the things with this Pakistan team is that regardless of the pressure they're in, batsman comes out and still wants to play freely. So wide given here to Pakistan. They're batting up 96 for 6, 53 to win. That's a good looking prod there by Adnan Naseem. He's gone up to 2. Amir Butt is on 5. It's 97 for 6.
So the Pakistani batsman milking Burnett at the moment, just rotating the strike. This one is hit well up to deep cover, and Chris Powell is in the way. So run a ball essentially in this particular over.
Yes, Carl, that is what exactly Pakistan needs. To run a ball, and we know you push the game to the latter part, and anything can happen in 2 overs.
Yes, then run a ball in the odd boundaries. And so good cricket here to complete the over. 7 runs coming from it. And so one of the better overs for Pakistan, inches them closer to the 3-figure mark. It's 99 for 6 after 14.
Indeed, Carl, and we see that Pakistan is certainly looking to apply back the pressure. And as you say, Jamaica pressure bus pipe. Well, they're certainly looking to put the pressure on here with the quick singles. And given Pakistan's penchant for going aerial, if they can get a couple of loose balls that they can put for maximums, they'll put them very much back into contention in this match. So don't rule out Pakistan as yet. As much as I will tell you, don't rule out from our sponsors, cash gifts and cards, Ali and Sons Home Improvement, Ozone Auto Body, Ali's Special Auto Repair Shop, Apple Car and Limousine Service, Ramsundar Insurance Travel Service, Dave Central Auto Repair, Main Street Insurance, Sky Wireless, Cricket Zone USA, and a big thank you to our friend Leslie Lowe, President of the Commonwealth Cricket League, for helping in the sponsorship of this year's Rockaway T20 in New York Cricket Fiesta 2.0.
So 99 for 6, 50 runs to win from 36 balls. And Bartley will finish up here 3 overs, no win, 1 for 10. Carl Bartley has certainly brought pressure on this Pakistan team. And he will come in here at 99 for 6. Adnan Naseem on 3, the man on strike.
So this ball is played back along the track. Bartley has been spectacular, conceding just 10 runs coming in. Continue to apply the pressure. This one played up and pressure on Watson, and he's not able to come up with it until the batter scampered through for a single.
So Pakistan
brings up the 100 actually.
Yeah, Pakistan brings up 100 here. They're batting 100 for 6. 49 more late. 49 runs to get, make that 48. And so Pakistan takes on the Indians after this game, Carl. Still a lot to play in this tournament. This game still seemingly has some cricket in it. And we'll have to wait and see who will go up to 15 points.
And so Amir Butt backing up a fairway. And Barrington Bartley just not delivering. All outside the off stump. Dangerous looking prod by Naseem. Not much of a shot there, and ball just whizzing by the outside edge.
So Bartley will have one. So Watson nearly gave up a single there. So Bartley has one.
It was a single. Well, probably you were perhaps referring to the overthrow. Almost gave up one additional run.
So Bartley has one ball to complete spell here. 3.5, 1 for 13. Very good bowling figures. 3.5. Oh, he finishes up at 1 for 13. So Bartley 4 overs. No, I mean 1 for 13, Carl. Impressive bowling figures.
The captain leading from in front and applying pressure throughout. And even though Lenny only picked up 1 wicket, kept things very economical. And one might say he might have forced a second dismissal with the run-out, as that comes with pressure on the batsmen, feeling like they have to score. And so Bartley leading from in front, proving his worth. It's 102 for 6. Pakistan needing another 47 runs from 30 deliveries, asking rate Len suddenly up over 9.
So John, 102 for 6, 47 to it from 30 balls, John.
Yes, from here on in, Lenny, it's either dot balls or aerials for one or the other team to win. But while we await that outcome, I want to remind you that this tournament is brought to you through the kind courtesy of the Rockaway Group of Companies, and our CEO and the grand sponsor of the tournament, Mr. Hafiz Ali, the chairman of the committee, Raf Tamesh, yours truly, the secretary, Zamin Amin, the treasurer. The committee members are Joe Stewarak, Bolaram Sundar, Rabi Atwaru, Leslie Lowe, Steve Kalu, and Danny Khan.
So Burnett continues and he starts with a dot ball here, Carl. He's been bowling well himself. 3.1, 1 for 15.
Yes, Len, he's bowled some quality deliveries along the way. And this one is paddled behind square, so they'll at least get a couple here as fielder comes around in the deep. Can't stop 2.
So 45 to win from 28. 45 to win from 28.
So
9.64 is the asking run rate.
And Jamaica have pulled back from at one stage. Pakistan had needed just about 6 runs per over.
Yes, Carl, you can describe the Jamaican Pakistan clash as one of a roller coaster, right?
Certainly, Len, certainly consisting of a lot of ebbs and flows.
Oh, big shot here from Amir Butt, and he goes the distance off the bat of Amir Butt. He goes up to 13 and takes the score up to 111 for 6. 111 for 6.
Just reaching out and extending the arms, swatted it almost from outside off stump and got it square in the middle of the blade and it gave it a ride. That brings up one of the first bounces we've seen in quite some time from Amir Butt.
Like I said, Carl and Lenny, from here on in is either dot balls or maximums that will decide the outcome of this game.
32nd over was the last one.
So the last boundary line we've seen then would have been back in the 7th over. And now we're in over number 16. So Jamaica would have done themselves tremendously well to restrict the boundaries here. In fact, to almost eliminate boundaries as Tamar Lambert starts to orchestrate as this one is and it's an appeal and out is the call. And so one taken there, Len, in another situation where man was hanging on by a thread.
Yes, Carl, it's 112 for 6. 37 to win from 25. Nasim is on 8. Amir Butt is on 14. And Carl, we were making the point, what a roller coaster ride for this game. We saw the Jamaicans got off to a quick start, fell in the middle, picked up towards the end. Then we saw Pakistan bowling well, gave away some towards the end, and when they started to bat, we saw a rapid start from the openers and certainly the number 3. And then a couple of strikes by the Jamaicans have really put things back to where it is now, 113 for 6.
So a good over from a Pakistani perspective, 10 runs coming from it. And so Burnett finishes up 4 overs 1 for 26. So 4 overs 1 for 26. And so he joins Barrington Barkley, who finished with 4 overs 1 for 13. Elliott still has an over, 3 overs 2 for 16. Watson, 3 overs number
113 for 6, 113 for 6, 36 from 24, 36 from 24.
Yeah, that's okay. So 36 more runs needed from the next 4 overs. Asking Red even 9 per over. 9 runs per over the ask. 36 runs needed from the next 4 overs. 113 for 6. Adnan Nasim on 9. Amir Butt is on 14.
And Carl, there was a bit of discussion here, certainly by the senior members of the Jamaican team, the likes of Bartley, Lambert, Joe Allen, as to who will take the ball. And they've decided David Morgan will be the man to start the 17th over here. So David Morgan given the ball, medium pacer. And he comes in here with 36 to win from 24, 36 to win from 24. David Morgan given the ball, and it's gonna be medium pace for a long time. Carl, we've seen Bartley spinner, we've seen Yannick Elliott spinner, we've seen Ryan Burnett spinner, and we've seen Chris Watson spinner. So it's been a while, perhaps since the 3rd over, we haven't seen a seamer ball here for Jamaica. David Morgan, he comes in here. And the last time I thought we saw a seamer was back in One-Eye Drysdale's 2nd over.
Yes, Len, that would be right. And both those 2 overs went for big runs. And so it forced a change of strategy as Barrington Bartley had to switch to the slow bowler straight away.
Oh, he starts with a long up. He might be quite pleased as though he went for a single. And Pakistan might be quite disappointed that one was not clubbed out of this playing area here.
In fact, he might even have been fortunate to not have that being called a no ball, as a second bounce would have certainly yielded such.
Oh, he gets a big slashing drive on that one, and it goes away for a couple of runs. Amir Butt goes up to 16, brings the equation down to 33 from 22.
Well, if you're Pakistan, this could be the over here where you look to maximize your output. As David Morgan hit those first 2 deliveries, doesn't really give the captain a lot of confidence in his decision at this juncture, one would argue.
It's a slow ball.
That's the kind of bowling Jamaica would need, Carl and Lenny. Time will tell whether bringing Morgan on here was the wisest of decisions. These Pakistani guys like the ball coming onto the bat very quickly, and they'll be looking to go over the top.
Big swing and a miss. Good comeback here from David Morgan.
So good recovery through 4 balls. Only conceded 3 runs. Haven't been the most stellar of deliveries, but nonetheless has been effective so far. Still 2 deliveries to get through.
Oh, it clubbed. Short ball taken out of the playing area from Amir, but and he goes for the maximum. It's 122 for 6, 122 for 6.
And Len, you might argue that it was only a matter of time, as he got away with a few early on, and that one sat up right for Amir Budd, and he gave it a good swat over mid-wicket. He goes up to 22, takes the total for Pakistan also up to 122, and so now 27 more runs are needed from 19 deliveries.
Oh, that's a big drive! It's gone all the way, so another big shot here from Amir, but he has gone up to 28 and brings the equation down to 21 and 18.
So in the end, 15 runs coming from the over, and Chris Powell making the argument perhaps that maybe he should have been the one given the ball, as he goes over and has a word with Captain Barrington Bartley. And so 18 deliveries remain, 21 runs to get, so 21 needed from 18. Equation then reduced down from 9 down to 7 per over now, they ask. So big over from Pakistan's perspective, as Umar Farooq runs out with some refreshments and perhaps an update on strategy.
Yes, Carl, the Pakistan team, of course, is the defending champion from last year. They had an impressive year last year, and this year they were only beaten by, in fact, they were only beaten by New York 11. I stand corrected on that, but they've had a good score, 128 for 6, 21 to win from 18 balls, 21 from 18, 128 for 6.
And then with the bowling options available to Barrington Bartley, Tamar Lambert, Javane Thomas, in terms of slow bowlers, surprised at the decision to go to Morgan. Nonetheless, they still have 21 runs to try to defend. They have gone back to one of their main cogs in Yannick Elliott. He comes back into the attack to finish up here. 3 overs, 2 for 16. And so he'll be bowling to Adnan Naseem with 21 runs to get from 18 ball.
We saw the experiment with Morgan didn't quite work out the way Jamaica wanted to work out. So it'll be interesting to see what Elliott can do now, if he can keep this thing contained and eke out a victory from it.
So Yannick Elliott, 3 overs, no maiden, 2 for 16. What we've seen here that has really worked for Jamaica is the slow bowlers. And the decision to perhaps bring David Morgan here hasn't really proved well.
So pressure again, a batsman playing the ball and charging down the wicket. Chris Powell making sure that the batters aren't able to advance.
So 21 from 17. Oh, it's in the air! Drysdale falls in front of Drysdale.
Had to run a long way as the ball hung up in the wind. Blowing a strong breeze blowing into the batsman, so at the back of the bowlers.
So 20 runs off 16 balls, 20 runs. It goes up to Lambert, they go through for 1, brings the equation down to 19 from 15. 19 from 15, Yannick Elliott with 3 more balls before the end of his spell.
This one punched into the onside for another single, and so that then takes the equation down to 18 needed from 14. 18 runs to get 14 deliveries. Who will blink first here? 4 wickets in hand here for Pakistan.
Oh, shot.
Another swing. Man in the deep. Takes the catch. And so Watson takes it. That's the end of Amir, but it's 131 for 7.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that. In that Amir Butt is heading back this way, and the pressure now was swung back on Pakistan. Jamaica released the valve a bit there, giving them 2 maximums that put them back into contention. Now you need 18 runs off of 13 deliveries. 18 off of 13. Pakistan would need 1 or 2, at least 1 maximum to keep them here in contention, and they're quite capable of doing that. Whether in fact Jamaica can keep the dot balls coming is left to be seen. But this match is evenly points either way for Jamaica or Pakistan to advance to 15 points in this, the second year of the Rockaway T20 New York Cricket Fiesta.
So Amir Butt here falls for 28, Carl, 29.
29, Len.
So 131 for 7.
Is 29 coming from 19 balls. 3 maximums. 18 balls, 18 runs to get from 13 balls as Wahab Munir strides to the middle.
Yes, Carl, and all of a sudden, game on again. It's been game on for a while. And here's Yannick Elliott. Oh, big shot! Oh, Chris Powell!
Chris Powell takes it. And so consecutive dismissals here for Pakistan. And so straight away, pressure on the batsmen. And they're seemingly succumbing to the pressure. And he goes straight up, first ball. And so now it's 131 for 8.
Well, Carl, certainly the momentum has swung back in Jamaica's favor with the loss of that wicket. But my contention still is that if Pakistan can hit 1 maximum, it will change this game on 1 delivery. And no doubt Pakistan is aware of that. They will be going for at least a maximum here to put them back into contention in this match, looking for 5 points.
So 18 to win from 12 balls. 18 to win from 12 balls. And John and Carl, more importantly, Pakistan have lost 8 wickets with only Taimur Haider to come. As we see Mohammad Khalil, the former Pakistani international, comes out to the middle. Watson has been recalled here. He comes back for his second spell. And let's look at his earlier bowling spell. 3 overs, none for 25. So Chris Watson gets another ball here, Carl, with 18 to win from 12 balls. Adnan Naseem will be the man on strike. Mohammad Khalil is at the non-striker end. And Taimur Haider, the last batsman waiting, all padded up to go next if he's needed.
So 18 needed from 12. Who will blink first here? Here's Watson.
Oh, big shot, big shot. Chris Powell comes around. And they come back for 2 after some bit of hesitation here. Brings the equation down to 16 from 11. 16 runs from 11 balls. 16 runs from 11 balls.
Adnan Naseem may have to be the man to sort of steer this this run chase home. He's been at the wicket for some time. Ball in the air. Oh, man puts it on the turn. Morgan, I think it is up in the deep. And now they're going to come back for a second even.
So has he dropped the match? We'll have to wait and see. It's 14 from 10. 14 from 10. And Carl, we saw Tristan Coleman all the way from the wicket-keeping position, ran all the way to almost a mid-wicket position, backing up. 135 for 8. 14 to win from 10. 14 runs from 10 balls.
So it all comes down to this. Jamaica probably should be looking at the last pair at the wicket. Regulation catch in the deep. It's put on the turf. Watson. This one a quick delivery. Beating this man all the way in. In fact, call that a seam that came through there.
Yes, Carly had the action of a spinner, but that ball came very quickly up to Coleman. Even Coleman was surprised. 14 to win from 9. Wide, but perhaps a chance of a slumping there.
So the equation then still now 13 needed from 9. So turned into the onside in quickly. Joe Allen running quickly, can't stop one. And so now it's down to 12 needed from 8. 12 from 8 here as Pakistan tries to overcome 148 posted by Jamaica. Jamaica will be ruining their chances here. Mohammed Khalil on strike for the first time. Chris Watson as Barrington Barkley holds up the action momentarily. Brings Powell in from the backward point into more of a catching position within the 30-yard circle.
Yes, Carl, and we're looking back here as another pass game of Pakistan. They haven't had good luck here on this ground this year. So they're running quickly. Barkley can't stop one as good as Barkley is. So it brings the equation down to 11 from 7. 11 runs from 7 balls.
Carl, I understand that the management of the Rockaway T20 has contacted Jamaica Hospital to have a cardiologist come stand by because the blood pressure got to be good if you're a Pakistani or a Jamaican player.
Yes, John. Every man sitting on the edge of their seats, all the fingernails on the ground are literally bitten off.
Yes, Carl, my good friend here, Randall Wilson, has to go home, but he can't go.
Ball clipped to backward square once again. Powell is there, and he gets the ball in quickly, and so restricts the batsman to just a single. So it comes down then to one final over here, with 10 runs needed from it. And will Jamaica 9 runs to tie, 10 to win for Pakistan. The final over of this 20-over affair. And so who will be the man who will be asked to put their hand up here to bowl this one? It looks like it will be Tamar. In fact, they're going to Jim, Chris Powell.
Blood pressure up, heart rate up. Who coming up next?
So 10 runs needed, in fact 9 runs to tie. 10 runs to win for Pakistan in this final over. And then if it goes to a tie, obviously, super over could be in the offing.
Yes, Carl, that's the way T20 is set up these days. So the Indians are next, the likes of Dwayne Johnson and company. And Dwayne Johnson from the Indian team has had a good series so far, so irrespective of what has happened here.
And almost the entire Jamaican contingent now in conference, sans 2 players.
And the umpires are imploring them, let's get on with it.
And almost the entire Pakistani team is out of the middle, also in conference. As we see almost five players in the huddle, going over the final strategies here, Len. What's the approach? What are they looking to do? It will be Jim, Chris Powell.
Yes, we'll quickly turn it over to John. John, you got 10 seconds here.
Well, this certainly makes for very good competition, doesn't it? In the Rockaway T20, it just goes to show the quality of competition here, with players from the international scene playing on both teams and bringing this match down to 1 over and I believe 9 runs. 9 runs to tie, gentlemen. 9 runs to tie, 10 to win. Can Pakistan do it? Can Jamaica restrict them from doing so? This is what good competition is all about, and this is why the Rockaway T20 is the best competition going right now.
And so then, at this juncture, thank you, John, we would expect Chris Powell to go full and straight. Can't afford to be short in this situation. Also can't afford to bowl any extras, so he's got to stay on the offside, to bowl to an offside line, so to speak.
Yes, Carl.
Situation.
Yes, you're right on that. Let's put things into priority here. You cannot give away an extra here. You cannot bowl a no ball. You cannot bowl a wide.
And then, Len, if you're Pakistan, your order of business would be to get bat on ball, to try to run the ball, use the pace of the delivery to guide the ball into the third man and into the fine leg regions and allow the ball to do the work. Anything coming off the edge can go.
Yes, Carl, and the early part of the over will set the pace of what could happen. We do see Barton Bartley and Tristan Coleman. Lambert very involved here. And now we're ready. Here is Chris Powell defending 10th. Oh, that's a good start. Gets an outside edges. Nassim. But it doesn't matter how they come, Carl. Streaky, but effectively won.
Well, that's what you're going to expect, Len. With pace on the ball, edges are going to fly. And that's one of the dangers of bowling your quick bowlers at this juncture. But the good thing that Chris Powell did on that occasion is that he did go full, which you want to try to keep the ball as full as possible. You don't want to bowl short, and you don't want to give away any wides.
So 9 runs in 5 balls. 9 runs in 5 balls. 8 runs will level the scores. And Chris Powell just making sure that everything is all set here. Bartley makes a change. He wants fine leg to come out. They've got to make sure they play within the field restriction laws and rules of the game. And so they're calling Yannick, well, in fact, Coleman disagrees. And Coleman is saying, no, leave him there. And they're counting now. And so Coleman very involved here. So Bartley and Coleman, and they decide, Carl, that Yannick Elliott will stay there. And now Chris Powell, the bowler, is having a chat with Lambert. And the umpire is imploring that we gotta go.
And that just tells you, Len, the importance of this game.
Absolutely, Carl. As I see a nervous Dervin Wallace pacing the sideline, the manager Jamaican team, Dunga's heart is in his hand, it is his mouth.
His shoe is worn out, John. The sole of his shoes are worn out.
Is worn out.
So 9 runs and 5 balls. 9 runs and 5 balls. Here is Powell. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, chance! Oh, they go through for 1. Good running here from Pakistan. And they scamper through for 1. Doesn't matter what it is, Carl.
And a direct hit could have found the batsman wanting, but I think Chris Powell did the right thing when he got the ball rather than throw it at the stumps. He opted to effectively just hold on to the ball, recognizing that singles can't hurt them at this juncture. Pakistan will have to get a boundary in this over some way or the other.
So 8 to win in 4 balls. 8 to win in 4. 7 will level the scores. And Chris Powell again, defending 8. Oh, it's in the air.
No ball.
And it's given as a dismissal, not determined to be a no ball. So wicket goes here. Nassim goes. He falls. It's 141 for 9. So Tamara Hyder comes to the middle with 3 balls remaining here.
Yes, Carl, and the dismissal there is not only a dot ball, it's a dot ball with wicket, one of the best balls you can bowl in a cricket match.
So still 8 runs required, Len, from 3 balls. And the Pakistanis will be disputing the fact that that delivery was on the border of being a no ball, not adjudicated as such by umpire Danny Khan.
Yes, Carl.
141 for 9, 7 to tie, 8 to win here. 3 balls to go. Oh, and that's the end of it. So Jamaica emerges, and the man Tamor Hyder has been run out of a bye, or attempting to run a bye, and so Jamaica somehow miraculously wins by 7 runs here. How did that happen? I did not see that coming, Len. The innings comes to an end. Pakistan 141 all out.
Jamaica certainly celebrates, and quite rightly so, having come back and defended 148 against a team as efficient in terms of the batting as Pakistan is. But somebody had to win and someone had to lose. But that's what makes this competition such an exciting one, regardless of who won this match. Pakistan still has a chance, playing India next in this tournament, to stay in this competition. But it's a credit to Jamaica and their manager Dunga for pulling out this victory and defending the 148 and winning by some 7 runs.
And so a spirited round of applause going up for the Jamaicans as they come off the field, pulling off an improbable victory here, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. And they walk into a victorious Players Pavilion. On the other hand, the Pakistanis with their head down as they let one get away perhaps. And so Jamaica wins by 7 runs with 2 deliveries to spare.
If the Jamaican camp can allow Yannick Elliott, to come over. Yannick, can you come over to the commentary box, please? Yannick Elliott, cousin of Yannick Noah, same ball player. Yannick, can you come join us, please? Yannick Elliott, to the commentary box, please. Yannick, congratulations on MVP of the match. You're going to collect something from the chairman there of the Rockaway T20, the CEO. Congratulations to Yannick Elliott, scoring 46 and taking 4 for 19, and a decisive win there by Jamaica over Pakistan, giving Jamaica now 15 points and keeping them very much in the competition, awaiting the outcome, obviously, of the Pakistan-India match. So again, congratulations to Yannick Noah.